Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How's it going? Let's sit back, relax, and have a great stream. Sorry I'm starting late, but that's just life. So we're gonna be reading Pokemon. We've got people in the chat, or in the Discord and everything like that, and I'm ready to go.
Uh,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Hello.
Sorry it took me forever and a bloody day.
You are fine.
No, you're not.
Oh,
I'm very cross.
why are you cross? Don't be cross.
I'm upset that the fox doesn't know sarcasm.
You should look at my stream, Vega. I look different.
You look different?
I look different.
Give me a second. I'm having to adjust settings.
She caught the hello boss bug.
The
Yeah.
hello boss bug?
The hello boss
I look
bug.
like I look. Yep, it's a disease. Makes you look like an imp.
Hell,
I mean, granted, you don't have quite the Harlequin look about you, but you're close.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to avoid that.
Well, we don't want to look like Harlequins?
I just, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that as a separate thing, not this.
This body is flawless. I got a creepy fan letters to prove it.
I kind of like that. That's pretty cool.
Although, don't the females in their universe, the imps, have white hair? Or is that the males?
No, the hair color doesn't matter.
It was the horn stripes were what decided. I can't remember what it was. That's why they.
I read somewhere that the hair is supposed to also be indicative.
No, that was the reason why there was the horn stripes, because
Because
Millie's,
of Sally Mae.
Yeah, Millie's sister has the male stripe pattern, even though she's female, because she's transgender.
And I saw something that said that if you look, she has like bleached roots as well, or something.
Yeah, no, hair doesn't matter.
So does it doesn't count if you can't find the bodies.
Yeah, it just has to do with their horns. Female imp horns are mostly black with small white stripes, whereas male imp horns are large, alternating black and white stripes.
That line. This doesn't have an imprint body count. No, she so doesn't. It doesn't count if you can't find the bodies. She's dragging a corpse in a bag.
That was one of my, when I was back on Hasbin/Hell of a Boss RP Twitter. That was one of my favorite chips I had with Sugar, was with the Sally Mae.
Nice. I want to rewatch Hell of a Boss.
You totally can after this. I will watch that series back and forth repeatedly.
Hell yeah. Snowy. So
Yeah.
you know how we're watching MHA, right?
Yeah.
You know what we should do? I should get caught up on Bleach, and we should watch Bleach together.
Still maybe. No one else is gonna want to do that. That one's long.
That one is very long.
I mean, if we cut out the filler.
No, I'm talking about I get caught up, and then when the new season comes out.
Oh, that one. Yeah, sure.
Oh, hey, it's Baby Me. Yes, it is. It's Teddy Ursa.
They're making more after when it ended?
It's cool. The series that when it ended, it did not count the final arc that was in the manga. That's coming out this year.
It's to try and fix things.
They got so many complaints for years.
Well, it was rather messy of an ending.
I'll join in a little bit. I'm going to play a few rounds of Skullgirls with Syrup. Okay, Lizzie, that is fine.
Oh, and we can get her caught up.
Yeah.
We have done such before.
Mm-hmm.
She caught the
Stealing Lizzie away from us, Syrup. How dare. Ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo. Wait.
Ooh, woo. No!
That would make rating Pokemon difficult. I'm just glad that
this one a 10.2. Ooh, woo.
I'm just glad that I'm not stuck in the accent that I had earlier when Sugar was designing.
We were stuck in very bad Russian accents.
Yeah, I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, we couldn't stop.
Oh. I actually had somebody, I knew somebody who was like that. They were practicing like an Irish Scottish accent, and then they got stuck with it for like 2 full weeks. They couldn't stop. And, and like, we were in high school, so like, and what made it worse is that she was Asian. So it's just like, she felt so bad. She just did her best not to talk. I'm like, it's fine. I don't know what's wrong.
I just sometimes will get it because I was just watching her recolor her model, and then she did purple, and I went purple, and I just couldn't.
Marble.
And because it was funny, Sugar started imitating me, and then neither of us could stop.
Nice.
So, okay, we are moving onward to Ursa Ring.
Go big bear.
Big fire.
Yes.
He's such a big bear.
Yes.
Yeah, see, they both have a weakness to that if they do accents for too long, they can't leave it for a while.
No.
It's kind of humorous.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I love how I have a package that was supposed to arrive today, and it's in Atlanta, Georgia still.
Oh, so it's like our Grove City.
Yeah,
But it sounds like our Grove City,
things
'cause
go to get lost.
Things in Ohio, when they go to Grove City, they get stuck there for upwards of like 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get lost. It just gets stuck, apparently.
Ours will go missing sometimes there, and that is like literally the worst rated, like mail, like
Postal
district.
relay area.
Yeah, in the state.
That's crazy. Yeah, did something else show details? Yeah, something else went through Atlanta as well and actually showed up today. Like, I had 2 separate packages that were supposed to be delivered. One of them was supposed to be delivered yesterday and showed up today, and the other one was supposed to be here today. And
They'll probably be here tomorrow.
Yeah, well, hopefully. It still hasn't left Atlanta, and it's 11:25.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
So, who's first, since Liz is usually first?
Snowy is first without Lizzie.
Okay.
All right. So we have an Ursa rank, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
The big bear, he gets a good old-fashioned 9 from me for reasons.
Fair.
All right. So same as Teddy Ursa.
Teddy Ursa gave a 9, then
Yep.
9.5. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was.
It's
I-
fine. Yeah, Sugar is next. But what were you gonna say, Snowy?
All I'm saying is I wasn't aware of that one, and then that Ursa rank gets that number, a high rating because of reasons.
Yes,
That was all I was going.
What did I give Teddy Ursa?
a 10.
Okay, yeah, then give Ursa Ring an 8.5. I still really like Ursa Ring, but I like Teddy Ursa more because cute.
I like the big bear. Because he's a big bear.
He's a big bird.
Thanks for the hydrate, Dash. And the stretch.
Taking care of us as he always does.
I'm drinking peach lemonade.
It is
Ooh.
Vegar's turn.
Vegar. You know what? I like Teddy Ursa. Teddy Ring. Ursa Ring.
Bears.
Bear. I like the bear. I'd give it a 9.5.
I enjoy bear.
9.8.
9-point bear out of bear.
What was that?
9-point bear.
I was gonna say, now that I've seen on all 3 of your streams, I'm happy to know that my little tweak I made to my avatar is working.
Oh,
Yeah, my ping tuber does something.
I have you muted, so I can't see it.
No, this, if you watch in your stream, if you watch my little ping you have in there from Fugi, when I'm talking.
The eye closes and the beak moves, right? Or is something else happening?
I'll say
I
you're
have the talking one as a GIF.
Oh, I see
I can't see it. You're too small. Hold on.
I'll say it doesn't. It's changing on Sugars.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
talking long enough to let it happen, but I can see it. I can see it.
There's a
Hold on.
weird.
Making Dash huge. I want to see.
Say supercalifragilistic.
Make my husband grow.
Wait,
He's golfing
that's
with
behind
you.
closed doors.
Giga Dash.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of
Sound
it
of
is
it is
something
really
quite
quite
atrocious.
atrocious.
You're not moving
Yeah,
on
loud
mine.
enough. You're always so precocious.
He's moving on
I mean, I was moving in your stream.
You're not moving. I'm watching you. You're
Yeah.
not doing anything.
It's not moving. It's moving
Oh,
on.
yeah. On sugars, looks like, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's moving on mine.
He's not moving on sugars though.
Hold on. What I'll do is I'll unmute him, but I'll make
Hold
him
on.
very quiet.
Oh right, I forgot I had cookies.
You're a different size when you start talking though. You like change size and then you.
There you
start
go, now
cooking
try
things
it.
and you
Yeah,
There we go.
The gift thing seems to have shrunk it. Got the gift maker, unfortunately. So even though they're the same images I use for the stills, it shrunk it for some reason.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
there. Now I saw it.
That's I'm going back to the gift maker because there's a way to fix that as well. There's a tool to auto resize them all to be the same. I wasn't sure how drastic it was.
It's not too drastic when it's a smaller version.
It just it
Back
looks
in
like
your
he's
lap.
pulsing a little on my stream anyway.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
There we go.
I see.
Okay,
Well, at least in
onward.
that preview.
Sugar breaks her neck.
That happens.
Slugma.
Slugma, huh?
Slugma.
These nuts joke can be made there if they really wanted to. Snowy.
Slugma. 5. It's just Lava Slug. Wasn't that impressed with me ever, really.
The thing is, I used to really dislike Slugma when I was a kid. I don't know why. But now, I think he's kind of cute. I'm going to give him a 7. I want to boop his nose.
But
Boop
but
his
his
nose.
vulva.
Um,
The snoot is not a good snoot.
I don't know. I think he's kind of cute. I give it an 8.
Yeah, he is lava, but at the same point in time, they've shown multiple times him and his evolution just touching things that are flammable and it's perfectly fine. So
Yes.
Pokemon are weird.
Yeah, I'm about to say a fine example. Right at Ponyta.
Oh no!
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think the actual in-canon lore of that one was that if the Ponyta trusts you, the fire doesn't burn.
Well, I know that is true.
True.
That is in canon lore, but that's still fire you're sitting on.
I shall give 8 as well. Average of 7. Mad Cargo.
My cargo. Do 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 do. My best friend. Anyway.
Cargo. I like it a bit more than Slugma, so I'll give Macargo a 7.
I don't like as much as Slugma. It's not as cute anymore. But I do kind of like how the shell looks.
But he got a home.
He did get a home, so I'll give him a 6.
I like this
I don't
picture.
like you since he got a home. I like you better homeless.
What were you saying, Jay?
I just like how this particular image, I've never seen it from this angle. It looks like it's going, huh?
It
Yeah.
kind of looks like a melting Yoshi.
It does.
That's disturbing.
like the Blargs from Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Alright, you hear that, Nintendo? I want that in my next Super Mario game. I want a melting Yoshi.
Specifically for Mario Kart.
That'd be horrifying.
Yo,
My turn. 7.5. He's not as cute as Slugma, but I still like him.
I used to think he wasn't this cute, but I kind of like him more somehow. So 8.1.
All of
Point
my
one more.
cheese is leaked out of my sandwich.
I shall add the point. You okay, Sugar?
Yeah. Inhaling the breading from my green beans and, Swinub! Swinub!
Swinub?
We need your image. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
They're so
It
cute!
looks like it was just shot out of a cannon. Just. It's like, oh no.
Oh
Not
no,
again.
this is my life.
Also, I do like the fact that Slugma's Japanese name is Mag.
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 And Macargo is Mag Cargot.
Oh my god.
Mag.
Mag Cargot. Marimu!
Arimu, it's so cute. Look at its little nose.
Yeah.
It does look like it just got shot out of a cannon. Like, you just need to add some, like, motion lines.
Oh my goodness! If you think of that as the nose as the head and the eyes as eyebrows, it looks like it's just super worried.
Oh.
It's because looks like it's being fired that I'm seeing it like that. But my gosh,
Swinub will get a 6 from me.
10. I love Swinub. So freaking cute.
I give it an 8.5.
I agree with 8.5. I do like
I want to
Swinub.
stuff it with Swinub.
I know.
It's just a ball,
I mean, sure, you could find one.
probably.
It may not
Most
be
Pokemon.
It may not be official, but I'm sure you can find one.
Swine.
Swine. Inomu.
Inomu?
Inomu.
Inamu.
Inomu.
Instead of Unomu.
Swine. Also 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6. Nowhere near as cute as Swinub.
It has little dot eyes under the tufts of eyebrow hair.
I do love the fat ears on it, though.
I give it a 7.
The weird hillish shape of it always confused me, but I like its everything else. So I'll say 7.8.
Ooh!
Yeah, Corsola and Galarian.
Yep. But first, the first one.
Or Sunny Go.
Sunny Go.
Of course, will be. Also 6. There's nothing about her. The chorus that really excited me.
Fair.
It's not bad, but it's also just there.
It is coral.
Again,
Is-
think it's cute. Give 8.
I give it an 8 as well. I just want to give it a big old hug.
7.5. Is cute coral.
If it's cute, gets high score. If it's cool, get high score. If it's meh, get meh score. If I hate it, I break the rules.
I like how I was about to say it's Japanese, repeat its Japanese name that Noe said, and then the Japanese name got all blurry on your thing. But if its name is Sunigo, does that mean that Luffy's ship is a Corsola?
Maybe. Oh, thank you, Snake XR. I appreciate that. How are you doing tonight, hon? I love this. It looks sad, though.
It looks.
It's a ghost.
It looks
It's-
pissed off.
It is ghost type.
Yeah.
So, all Corsola, when they die, they go to Galera.
Apparently.
This is
Galar.
referencing what's happening to coral reefs.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That
They're
is
all
sad.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
It's very sad and horrific to the natural environment of all the ocean, really.
Yeah. It is dying, which is why it's ghost type. Sad Corsola gets a 7.
Because it's... I love the type. The idea of ghost coral is cool. But the idea that it's sad makes me sad. So it's getting a 9.2.
I give it an 8. I want to hug it.
I know.
I'll give it an 8.5 because its design is really awesome looking. It's
Yeah.
one of the cooler looking ghost Pokemon, which already are rather cool looking.
Yeah.
I love ghost type. We have fish.
Fish.
Yes. Fish with dorsal fin on head instead of back.
Remoraid or Tepoyu.
Tipolu.
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 I try sometimes, but some of these Japanese words I cannot do.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're awful.
Remoraid. Oh, Remoraid. Gets a 6 because it's a slightly fancier fish. But it's also just a fish.
I
Yeah.
will give it 6. It is cute fish with big butt.
It does have big butt.
It has a big butt.
I give it 6.
Looking at it, it's like, it's fine.
8.5. I like the design of this fish, even if just fish. I like how
And then
mischievous his face is. And then it becomes octopus,
And then it becomes an octopus.
which
Artillery.
has like 4 tentacles,
Or
so it's more of a
Aku tank.
quadrupus. Aku tank.
Aku tank.
Oh, foolish samurai warrior.
Wielding a magic sword, step forth to oppose me.
I, the great Aku tank.
Dang.
My shape-shifting master of darkness.
Man, that threw me back.
I don't know how to threw you back. There was a good solid time period where that was used in a lot of memes. Just that opening repeatedly.
Fair.
Wielding a magic sword, wielding a foolish samurai warrior.
Wielding a magic sword, step forth to oppose me.
There's one where it just keeps going from one
Looping.
letter with something that's wielding another thing, which is wielding another thing, which is wielding another thing, and it's an image and it shows them all like connected, and it's simultaneously
fine.
creepy and awesome looking.
Honestly, I'm gonna give Artillery a solid 8.
Cause Octo.
I'll give it a 6, same as Remoraid, because I don't like it less than Remoraid, and I don't like it more, but I do like its little boopy snoot.
I give it a 7.5.
I can also give Artillery as an artillery piece.
Yes, yes, it is.
Now this image makes it look like it actually has more than 4 tentacles, which it almost is always shown only having 4 tentacles.
Other ones are shy, they're hidden.
I was
It
thinking,
has 4 extroverted tentacles and 4 introverted tentacles.
That sounds dirty, depending on how you think about that.
4 want to touch you, and the other 4 want to touch you too, but they're shy about it.
I mean, one of its abilities is Suction Cup.
Yes.
I will give it a 6 because it seems to be stuck between 4 and 8 tentacles, and it doesn't know how octopus is.
Fair.
It doesn't know how to octopus.
Yeah, fair.
Now for delivered.
I love Delibird.
No, it's
Delivered.
no, it's delivered.
Delibird.
It's delivered.
I'm pretty sure that is what they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in Japanese, delivered.
Delibird.
But, I mean,
It
even
is
in that,
both.
and everything else that it talks, they do pronounce it Delibird.
Yeah.
Delibee.
What's funny is I think that they pronounce it that way in the Japanese Pokedex too.
That's
That's
awful.
weird.
So no one got the memo of what it was supposed to sound like. No.
The poor bird. One of its hidden abilities is insomnia.
Yeah.
Delivered gets a 7. This is
10.
fine.
10. Love me a Delibird. Delibird.
I give it an 8.
I also give it such a high score because in the Pokemon channel, I was buying stuff so much it had to visit me multiple times a day. I'm like, you're so cute.
8.9.
Show up. You can always tell when showed up because they go Delibee really loud outside your
Yeah.
back sliding door.
Interesting.
I love that image. All right. Next up,
Mantine.
Mantine with a little Remoraid.
or Mantane.
Mantine.
Maintain. It has to maintain. It's Mantine and it's Remoraid. Maintain,
I
maintain.
forgot it was also a flying type. Huh.
That's disturbing.
It's
You look at
because
the-
it's based on one of the ones that like skips out of the water.
I love its little mouth.
Yeah. There's a baby version of it.
Oh, there's a baby Mantine?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
Mantine.
Yeah, I think it's Gen 5 is when they released it.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to it. That sounds so cute.
We're gonna forget about it until we get there. You're gonna be like,
And then I'm
"Oh."
It's so cute! Why didn't anybody tell me about this? And all 3 of you are gonna be like, we did!
Man, let's see. Mantine. I can. You know what? Mantine gets 7.
8.7. I love the smile.
I'll give it an 8.
All right.
I'll also give it an 8.7 because of
Alright.
that smile.
And before
That's
we go
an
down,
award-winning
there's something I need to in this page. Scroll down to in the manga there because there's an image there I need everyone to see.
This one?
Yep, keep going. There.
All
You
right.
see it as a hang glider with multiple remoraid's under its wings used as cannons.
That's disturbing. Um,
Then we just have Sylph here screaming his head off.
I'd be screaming too. I want to see what the shiny one looks like.
I couldn't help it. I'm like scrolling down like that image in itself is
We're
amazing.
going to have to do shinies at some point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. In purple.
Wait, which one? Because gold,
I'll say it's more blue, it looks like.
it's in crystal, it's purplish. In gold, it's like it looks darker, like a tannish.
Yeah, in more current gens, it looks like it is just a slightly darker blue.
Okay, yeah.
Like its skin's
Yeah, here we
light
go.
blue and the top is dark blue.
Okay, yeah. I see it.
Yeah, down here.
It changes.
That's cute.
The silver one's actually
Whoosh!
nice.
Back
Actually.
up.
I like how its wing fin looks like a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skarmory.
Skarmory. I mean,
Metal.
Metal chicken.
Yeah. I would say it's a Pharaoh that someone dipped in aluminum.
yeah, pretty much.
Aluminum cast. Firo.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Same. I'll give it a 5.
I give it a 6.
It's
I'll-
yeah.
I'll give it a 6 as well because, I mean, it's cool looking good Pharaoh, but it's basically metal Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Houndour.
Houndour.
George
Houndour.
Delville.
Delville,
Delville.
Cruella Delville,
Cruella
Delville. No evil thing will. Houndour. He's a good pupper. He gets a 7.
Go pupper, he get 8.
I'll split the difference and go 7.5.
9.5.
Fair.
No, 9.8.
9.8.
Fair.
And now we move on to...
Houndour.
Ooh! And there's a Mega Houndoom.
Jeez, I did not know for Mega Houndoom.
Or Helga.
Elgar.
Let's see. Base form Houndoom. Yeah. 8.
What did I give Houndour?
8.
8.2.
You know, I'll go up. I'll give this a 7.5.
That was what you gave Houndour.
Oh, I did? Never mind.
Yes.
I'll do it again.
Do it again.
It does look awesome, but it's... I like Houndour or Houndour more. So I'm going to give it a 9.5. So just a little bit less.
Now Mega.
That one I'm going to give a nice solid 9.5 because it looks like he embraced chaos.
9.5?
Yep.
I love his smug little face. Look at
He's-
him. He's
he-
just very
he-
determined.
He's very smug
He's
and-
very smug.
and very pointy. He gives pointy hugs.
Pointy hugs. But he's a good boy and likes tummy scritches.
Wait. But don't keep going. Go ahead. I was confused for a second.
8.7.
I like this version a lot better. I'll give it an 8.
The
8.5.
Mega Hound new ability is solar power.
9.7.
It's solar power?
During harsh sunlight, solar power increases the Pokemon's special attack by 1.5%. but he loses HP at the end of each turn.
I love how they're based on either Rottweilers or Dobermans,
Yeah.
which are like my favorite dogs.
Kingdra.
Kingdra.
Oh, that's kind of neat. So I was looking down the main anime, and there's one of them where she puts the trainer's Houndour actually has a collar on it that I thought was part of the design, but it's not.
Huh.
Oh.
Look at the collar. I looked at the top. Oh no, yeah, they don't actually come with collars in. Well, that's kind of neat. Yeah, Kingdra, or possibly Kingdra.
Maybe Kingdra.
Is it Kingdra? I can't tell if it's Kingdra.
It might be Kingdra. Uh, Kingdra can be a 7.
A very hesitant 7?
Very hesitant 7.
5. I think he looks old.
I mean, his shiny's purple. Like actual purple.
Interesting.
Grab. I gotta see. Yeah, it is. It's purple.
Nice.
Back up top.
I give it a 7.
Six.
6.
Understandable.
Fancy!
Rampy!
Gomasu!
Or Gomazu!
Gomasu!
So cute!
Oh, that's right. Ash had a Phanpy.
Yes.
Because it does evolve into a Dawn fan. That's right. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
He hatched it from an egg. Any
Your number
result.
7.
Phanpy can get a 7.
In.
I give it an 8. Ooh, I'm curious.
8.5.
Hi. Just becomes a light green. It's like a diluted version. It got bleached.
It does. It looks sun-bleached. Sun-bleached Vampy. Don't fan.
Don't
Dawn fan. Or in
What's-
Japanese, Dawn fan, just spelled as actual Dawn fan.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Dawn fan can get a 6.5 from me.
5.5. We drop a lot going from Fanpy to this.
The only reason why it goes to any amount higher than like a 5 or 6 is because when it does roll out, it looks like a tire. And I like
Yeah.
that.
It does.
That's true. It does look like a tire.
Or is it much lower?
I give it. I give it a 6.5.
9. I like Tiny Elephant. 'Cause
Oregon
boy, is
too.
it tiny.
You know the rubber duck.
I love
Yeah.
how Porygon was all like
Wow.
blocky, and this one is like smooth.
It was smooth.
Yeah.
Oregon 2 never actually made an official appearance in the anime.
No. They made a taboo against it because of the episode that contained the original Porygon, even though it wasn't Porygon's fault, it was Pikachu that caused people to have epileptic seizures. But because the episode was about Porygon, Porygon got blamed and never appeared in the anime since.
That's
Wait, what?
awful.
What happened?
Yeah.
There was a episode where that was like I think the only episode Porygon appeared in, and Pikachu does some electric attack and it causes rapid bright red and white flashes for like decent time, and it caused people to actually have epileptic seizures. And
Oh, wow.
because of that, it's referred to as the Porygon episode, and just I mean it was about Porygon, but they never showed it again, and even though they never made a statement about it, there has never been any anime or anything like anime base that has had a Porygon in it since. Even though it's Pikachu that did it. But of course, Pikachu can't be blamed.
It's Pikachu.
It's the mascot. Anyway, Porygon 2. 6. 5.5.
Yeah.
Just eh.
Again, I think cute is smooth rubber duck and two of my favorite colors. So 8.7. Smooth duck.
I give it a 5.5.
That's very low for a Vega.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.5. It's kind of basic looking, but I love the color scheme, and digital rubber ducky is kind of cute.
I love its little floaty feet.
And then it loses them when it evolves.
Yeah.
Stantler.
Stantler. Look at that butt.
Oh no, she.
Oh no, she.
Oh, no, she.
Abilities: Intimidate or Frisk.
Its face looks like it got stung by bees.
Well, look at its
Its
tail.
ass
Its
also
tail
looks
is
like
so huge that it like hangs below it, and if you look at it weird, it kind of looks like it just has a really big deformed butt.
It looks like it has a tumor.
Yeah,
It's
this is
it's
Dan having a
unfortunate.
favorite Pokemon.
Stantler, I feel bad for you.
Stantler.
You are an unfortunate deer.
Danny's favorite Pokemon.
Oh, it's Danny's favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Stantler gets a just give him a 7.
Seven.
4.
4.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5. Just
8.
doesn't speak to me.
It is reindeer, but really strange reindeer. I love the antlers. They look cool, and I like eyeballs. But the tail is weird, and they did something wrong with the nose.
Yeah, I can agree with Jay on that.
They could have done better. But, we'll get to its evolution eventually.
What'd you give it, Jay?
8. You didn't hear me?
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I didn't. This fucker.
Smeargle!
Oh, what, you have a problem with
Double.
Smeargle?
Again, this has to do with that
Or
Pokemon
Smoke.
Channel game.
Oh.
There's an art place where you can put your art, and there's a Smeargle there that is a critic about your art.
Let me guess, it judged your art poorly.
Fairly often, yes. And it would talk about how great its artwork was and how I should have toned to be more like it. And I'm like, oh, you little fucker.
Of course, the artist Pokemon's hidden ability is Moody.
Yeah.
Snowy.
Anyway, Smeargle. Smeargle get 6.6. I guess.
Give it a 5 because even though I'm still meh, I don't hate it.
I want to give it a 9 because it's, fabulous as fuck.
What does shiny Smeargle look like?
9.7.
More tan, and the paint on its tail is red.
It's pink. It's yellow and pink.
Well, it's red to me, but I can see it being
You
pink.
said what, Jay?
9.7 for the
Nice.
painter puppy.
Yeah. Wait, it's a puppy?
Yeah, it has little puppy ears.
Oh, yeah.
It's just its head looks like a hat.
Tyrone?
Tyrone.
Tyrone!
The baby version of Hitmonlee.
All of them.
Yeah.
Of all the Hitmons.
Not all the Hitmons.
Yeah, he evolves into Hitmonlee if his attack is higher than defense, Hitmonchan if his defense is higher, Hitmontop if they're both the same.
That sounds
And
awful.
they're 100% male. There's not a single female Tyrone.
Yep.
That also sounds awful.
Bulky.
Come here, Ditto.
Come here now.
Tedrogue. Not sure about feel that stance, but let's go with 6. He's fine.
5.
This looks like he's about to play friggin' rugby.
Give it a. Give it a 4.
Yeah, 4. I don't really like Tyrogue. I feel bad when they evolve into Hitmonlee and lose their mouth and
Yeah.
really have a difference between a head and a body.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
And then the ones that evolve into this thing.
Him on top. Or Capoeira. Capoeira.
Or
Capoeira.
Japanese name is based on capoeira. Okay. One of the like 5 Pokemon that use capoeira, or a variation thereof.
Interesting.
You know what? I like his gumption. Him on top gets nice solid 7.
He does have gumption.
he does have gumption. He gets a 5.7.
Not gonna lie, I like the cut of his jib.
Fish jib.
I like him better than Tyrogue.
Oh yeah.
I give this. I give this a 6. Yeah, 6.
Okay. I want to dislike him more than Tyrogue, but I like his design more than Tyrogue's.
Yeah.
So 5.
5. Now, time for
Smooch him.
Smooch.
Smooch him.
Is this the pre-evolution
Mutual,
of,
yes, it is.
You look so much better than Jinx.
Of all the Pokemon to make a baby Pokemon out of, why did they choose Jinx?
I don't know.
Also like the fact that despite being a baby Pokemon, it still stays in this form to level 30.
Really?
It evolves to Jinx at starting at level 30.
Why so late?
She's having a midlife crisis. She doesn't want to admit she's getting older.
That's why
I'd try to avoid evolving if that's what I turned into.
Yeah.
Have you seen my future?
I'm psychic, I have!
It's not great.
It's not great.
What's the oh my god, the shiny difference is her shiny version is just a brighter pink. That's the only change.
It is sun bleached.
Brighter and at the in the brighter pink and a more duller blonde than bright gold blonde. Anyway, shoot some 4.
3.
4.
2? Damn. Oh, I was counting down 1.
These abysmal scores are so much better than the Jinx scores we gave.
Well, everyone.
I scrolled up and looked at them and I was like, ugh.
Oh, that hurts.
Kid.
Elekid!
Like
Which is Elekid!
Mini Electabuzz.
Who also evolves Electabuzz at level 30.
I'm gonna have to get up and get more drinks.
You can put him in your wall.
You can put them in your wall.
If you have a big enough plug. Because they're still fairly sizable.
Yeah, I know.
I love how he looks like an Easter egg.
An Easter egg you plug into something.
I mean, honestly, 2 feet's not that tall considering.
True, but it's bigger than the average plug would be.
Yeah.
I suppose. I mean, yeah, the prongs are at least half a foot.
That's a sizable plug that you would need for an electric outlet that big.
I'd make one just to plug it in.
Yeah, like, here is your home to sleep in, and it just like a chunk, you just sit there and sleep. Its little arms and legs just dangling there.
And we're like, energy for days.
Oh, kid. What? Oh, I think it's an 8. I like him.
Yeah, we'll give it an 8. I think he's cute. I like him better than Electabuzz.
I give it an 8.
Give it an 8.
Yeah, 8 across the board. 8.
I gave Electabuzz a higher number, I believe, but I like Electabuzz more than Elekid, but I do like Elekid.
Magby!
Maybe or Bubby.
Bubby!
Bubby! Hey, Bubby! Hey, this one doesn't look like it has a butt or boob head, so maybe Sugar will like this one.
No.
Still no?
But it's
No.
Bubby.
It is Bubby. But I don't like its head. I still don't like its head.
Poor Bubby.
I like Bubby. Bubby gets a nice solid 8.
Yeah. 6.
I'll give it a 7.5.
I will agree with the 7.5. I do like. I like
Now
Bubby.
this one.
Miltank!
Miltank!
Tank
Oh,
is so
Miltank.
cute.
Look at that face.
He's a cow.
She's a cow. They're
That's
all
right.
girls.
That's right.
Yeah.
100% female.
I wish
Oh.
there was a male version. The
There
Taurus
is,
is supposed
there
to
is
be
a
different.
Taurus.
Yeah, there
Taurus
is.
is
It's
like a-
Tauros.
Those look so different. They're not the same kind of bovine.
Oh, you're right. They're not the same kind of bovine, but that's what Pokemon's rolling with.
I disagree.
Miltank shiny just makes her look like a cow. A regular cow. It's
Aren't
white
they
with
blue?
It's blue.
It is blue? Alright, from a
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it's blue now. The very early ones I could mistake it as white.
Yeah, the early
Yeah.
ones do make it look like white.
Yeah. Like the Ruby Sapphire one period. It looks really white.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I was like, but I love shiny Miltank. It's blue. It's blue cow.
Well yeah, no, the later ones it is just blue.
That's how
No,
we
no,
get blueberry milk.
So I don't know how I feel about the udders being blue, but
Just because it has the same color, so it's blue.
I understand why. It's just like the nipples are blue.
Do you know how much they would stand out if they weren't?
Yeah, I suppose. Miltank gets a 8.5.
9.2.
I'll give it an 8.
9.5.
Ow.
I like the Miltank. It's cute cow. Blissey!
Blissey.
I like
Which
how its
is-
Japanese name is them trying to say happiness in Japanese. Happiness.
Happiness.
Happiness, yeah.
Happiness.
Happiness, queen!
I love Blissey.
I love Jet J. That was amazing.
Yes. Let's see. You know what? Let's can have a 7. I like it a lot more than Chansey, but still.
9. I do. I like Blissey a lot more than Chansey. The
Oh, wow.
extra
Oh
feathers.
wow, it's shiny is nothing different almost.
Just paler.
It's just paler. Just push it through the. I mean, at start gold, the shiny is like it's that bright ass pink, but as the years go by, it just gets paler. Like they just put it through a bleach. Just kept adding bleach.
Bleach it
until
again.
It's all color.
Yeah, bleach it again. Bleach it again.
Yeah, and sun and ultra sun, all that stuff. It's flat out white almost.
Yes, Vega?
7.5.
Yes, I forget what I gave Chansey, but it's fancy Chansey.
Fancy Chansey.
You know, it looks like the Mega Evolution version of Chansey before there was Mega Evolution.
Yeah.
When they were like, here's a Pokemon, but we made it slightly cooler by adding things.
Oh, we're
that's
at the
what that's
legendaries
what-
now.
Yeah, we're actually almost done with this gen.
Raikou. Or Raikou.
Like, oh yeah, they're probably gonna be the same.
The legendaries rarely have different names.
Of
You're like,
the-
you're gonna say Japanese, at least for these Pokemon.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we got Raikou. You know what? Raikou gets a solid 7.
Yeah, I'll do 7.
He
My
got
least,
he got Cloud.
yeah, but he's my least favorite of the 3 legendary puppos.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the same.
Same.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
I will agree with the 7 because
He, his shiny, he goes blonde.
here's Inte, which means like Fire Emperor in Japanese.
Raikou goes blonde when he's shiny. And or orange. But yeah, no. Entei.
Inte.
Is just more brown.
Papa.
His red goes black.
Entei gets to be an 8.
8.5. I enjoy Inte.
Give it an 8.
Why does Blaine and Pokemon Adventures have an Entei?
I will give Inte an 8.9.
That would be a rough fight. The gym leader Blaine.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in the Pokemon Adventure manga, Entei chooses him to be his trainer.
Oh, wow.
Like, boy, that would be a hard ass fight to go through the fight Blaine. Jimmy Rex brings out an Entei.
Well, guess I'm never getting this badge.
And
Oh!
What? You okay?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
the steampunk man went chicken dance.
Oh, Rogan played the chicken dance. Oh, okay.
I like how it's cutting out at random intervals.
Yeah, it's trying, but it's
You know, it kind of sounds like someone's just strangling a chicken and it's screaming for help.
Yeah.
Hello, Rogan. How are you doing? Quit spending money.
Hi, Rogan. Keep spending money.
No!
It says
There's
right
no
there.
proof that. Yeah, but stay. It says right there. Rogan Breaker played Chicken Dance Remix for 500 bits.
Do it again.
No! Rogan. Darling. We all know it's you.
Do it again.
No.
Can't stop me.
right, Suicune. Who's shiny has blue hair.
Suicune, which I've heard people pronounce Suicune, which I'm like, how did you get that? Oh no.
I'm sure that was going through just fine.
Mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark do 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 do, mommy
Copyright
shark
issues.
mommy shark.
A quick distraction with another thing.
Quick distraction. $5. Ha!
Stop. What do you think of my recolored model? This is temporary. This will be a redeem.
Anyway, back to the thing. Suicune gets a 9 from me. It's very pretty.
I was gonna say, here's gonna be the one that everyone likes.
It has the ribbon butt.
It does have a ribbon butt.
I like the flowy hair and ribbon butt.
Party on streamers.
Party on streamers. So is it butt like a fan? And you know how in like people put the ribbons on fans?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I give it an 8.
What did Sugar give?
10.
I look
Oh,
like a Harley Quinn bun. It's more like an imp. It's based after an imp from Hell of a Boss. I will be making a more Harley Quinn version one, which will have the red and the blue. I'm working here. I'll go ahead and show her.
Vegas in a very 8 mode today.
I know. I'm feeling 8s today, and I don't know why.
Here, let's try this one for a bit. The blue and green model. This one is just temp. What do you think?
I like it. It reminds me more of like a sea creature kind of thing.
The foam
Nice,
bun, yeah. Which one do you like, Mr. Spending Bits? I'll let you choose. Heck, I'll even if you want to pick a color, because I can do this on the fly.
Mr. J.
I already said I said 8. I said 8.7 for Suicune.
Got you. 8.7 for Suicune.
And its ribbon coming out of the butt just reminds me of Sugar had this cat that ate Easter grass one year because it snuck into her Easter basket, and it was pooing out the brightly colored strands for ages as they cycled through its body, and it was so terrible.
Yeah, and they would get stuck. We'd have to pull the rest of them out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
She was a very abused cat before we got her, so she had a lot of mental problems.
She did.
Yeah.
And just
Poor dear was not all there.
when we moved, she couldn't handle the stress of it. So this still pains me, but she couldn't get used to it, the new house.
Uh-huh.
So my dad at the time worked at a factory which made soundproof boarding, and there was a giant building in the back, which was known as the bale house, and it had a lot of hay. Hay is used in a lot of soundproof boarding. And the guy who ran the bale house he had a whole bunch of cats in there that were used to keep it mice free. So we ended up taking her there. And she actually ended up really liking it. Like, she gained weight. She was happy. She had other cats to play with.
And in particular, there was one other cat that was always lonely there that was the same breed that she was, which normally they are very social with their own breed. So it worked out really well because they both basically became best friends.
Nice.
So it ended up working out, which was great. I mean, I hated having to give up my cat, but she wasn't happy where she was.
Yeah.
Because she was a purebred cat. She was an Egyptian Mau. They look very similar to domesticated gray short hairs, but they are a purebred cat. And
thanks for the reminder, by the way.
Where?
I have to check my cats in soup. It's a game where cats make soup, and
Oh.
and
I was like, huh?
you said Egyptian Mal, that's one of the cats I've got. I'm like, right, I need to go check on my cats.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, she was a beautiful cat. She just had a lot of problems. Not physically, just she wasn't bright. She was easily stressed. Had a lot of trauma. So it was good that she ended up finding another cat the same type as her, and they bonded. And like
Oh, continue on.
Egyptian Maus are bird hunting cats more so
Yes.
than mice.
She chirped.
She chirped to attract them. So we would have to, like, she would let mice just run right by her because we lived out towards the country. She couldn't care less about.
She was bewildered by mice.
Yeah, like, why are you so small and furry? But if it was a bird, oh yeah, no, she was all over that. So she had to be trained. She realized by watching the other cats in the bale house that, well, they get treats every time they bring a mouse to that guy. I want treats. I'm not getting treats. Why aren't I getting treats? And finally, it clicked, and she became, because she was so agile, being a bird hunting cat, she was able to actually get the mice better than most of the other cats.
That's cool.
But yeah, to say that she wasn't all that bright is a vast understatement with that kitty. The poor thing was, well, she repeatedly did this, and sometimes multiple times after fixing it. We had these, like, they were the kid-size fry things from, like, Wendy's or whatever.
McDonald's. They were paper. They were the paper little envelopes.
I thought it was
The
the
helper.
Wendy's ones because we would always get Wendy's from Charles.
No. This was it was a McDonald's one that got stuck on her face, and
Okay,
she just
yeah.
wiggled back and forth, not
Yeah,
being able to get it
she
off.
just stood there and moved her head slowly back and forth, like that would do something, until one of us took it off, and then she'd start putting her head back towards it again.
That's funny.
She never learned. The poor thing.
Never learned. She could not walk in a straight line without falling over. Unlike cats are supposed to be agile. They're supposed to be able to walk on really super small, thin surfaces.
Uh-huh.
Nah, she'd fall off every time. She needed a wide area to be able to walk.
But boy, she could jump. She jumped
she-
like 7 foot tall, 7 foot up, basically from a standstill.
That's
She really
crazy.
She liked going on walks. She liked being outside. But there was one time she slipped out of the harness that we had her in and ended up in a tree.
Wow.
And we were like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Well, there was two incidents where she got up in the tree, but the most memorable one was she got up there, she ran up there, and there was a big old barn owl on the branch she was on. And he's sitting there, and the thing is, you can see just all the fur go up on her back. But the thing is, it's a bird, so she's like, it's a big bird, but it's a bird. And then its head turned to look at her, it poofed up and just went, whoo! She ran down, back over to us so
Just
fast.
one big loud whoo!
Big bird, big bird, big bird.
That's
Too
too
big a bird.
Too big a bird. There is a such thing as a too big a bird, and that was too big a bird. The other time, she just sat up there for like 3 hours, and we had to wait because our neighbor, we're like trying to figure out how to coax her down. She was not coming down, and my neighbor came over, and we were like,
Same
we
branch.
can't, same tree, same branch, and we're like, we can't. What are we gonna do? He's like, you're just gonna have to wait. Eventually, she's gonna get bored and come down. And we're like, really? He's like, yeah, that's the thing with cats and trees. Eventually, they're like, well, fuck, I'm not getting any food up here. Where's my litter pan? I'm thirsty. This is miserable. I'm bored. And they'll come back down.
It's true.
It is true.
And
Unless
sure
they get
enough,
too scared. And she was scared at first, but eventually she was like, well, maybe if I go like this, and she started climbing down normally, and then she kind of like cartwheeled somehow down the tree.
she
Do you
was a
remember
very...
that?
Yeah, I
Where
remember.
she kept grabbing alternately with her front and back legs, so it looked like she was doing like this grab-on cartwheel really rapidly down the tree.
That's
Like how I do my buzzsaw in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Only she did as just a cat. And she came back over to us, and we took her back inside. We had my mom's cat, Leroy, who was huge. He was a rag doll. She realized he was the alpha cat, and was very submissive to him. Would lay down. He would put all his weight and like push down on her neck, and we'd have to get him
And
off.
just
of
stare down at her like, this thing dares approach me.
Yeah, like we're like, Leroy, be nice. You have to be nice. She's so much smaller than you.
And
Well-
Leroy was the opposite of Loretta. He was so smart. When we were like, you have to be nice, Leroy, he'd put his ears back and like give a sideline glance like, do I really?
Do I really? I don't have to listen to you. He did not. I don't think he realized he was a cat.
But
So
boy,
then,
was he wicked smart.
oh yeah, he was. So then we had an outside cat. Who?
Lizzie.
Lizzie! We have a Lizzie?
Yes, we have
Yes,
Lizzie.
I'm here.
Oh!
Yeah,
Shit, you're
well-
behind my chair, so I don't see you. Or you're
Yeah.
not appearing
Yeah,
yet.
her thing, the little Discord thing went boop. You are so engrossed in cat talk.
Well,
Yeah.
my Discord never badoops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it turned off on mine as well.
There we
Yeah.
go, there's a Lizzie.
Because we're streaming, it automatically switches to no badoops.
I have mine
Ah.
turned off by default anyway, just because the badoops startle me.
Oh, does it
But-
really?
But so the outside cat we had, his name was Legato, named after Legato Blue Summers from Trigun.
Yes. Anyway.
This cat, he had gold eyes, which is why I named him that. He was so muscular, he walked like a bulldog.
Yeah. He was also gray, but gray to the point where in certain lights he looked kind of blue, which
Mhm.
again led to him being named Legato.
He
But yeah,
was
he
the
was
friendliest
wow.
cat. He was buff. He was street smart. He knew to look both ways before crossing a street. But he was an absolute baby. He would try and befriend things. They'd attack him, and then he'd kill them.
Oh.
This
Yeah, I was
happened-
like, oh, you don't want to be my friend?
Death.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, because the thing is, you know how, like, we've had outside cats that we would feed from time to time, and, you know, they would bring presents. We'd end up with, you know, mice, shrews, occasional squirrel, dead on our stoop from these outside cats. It was usual. I hated going outside after we kind of adopted Legato, because his presents were never small. We would open the door and there would be an audible thunk, because these were full-sized rabbits, possums, large birds. We're like,
The rabbits are good eating, man.
yeah, but the thing is, it's just like, oh, Legato, honey, please, I promise we're eating. I know it doesn't seem like we're eating, but we are. But he was like that super submissive with Loretta, my cat. She hated him with a passion. Would just sit there with her harness on, ears flat against the top of her head, and he'd be on the ground rolling around like, "Love me, please love me." She just smacked the living shit out of him. Like, did not like him at all. I was like, I really wish you two, because they weren't fixed. Neither of them were. And I was like, almost like, oh, but you'd have such pretty babies. You would have such pretty babies. He would bring her presents, and she's like, why the fuck do I want this? I have indoor kibble that's way better. I'm like, fuck you. Like, but no, he was an amazing cat. I miss him. It turns out that he actually was someone else's pet, and he had gotten out like 2 years prior. They thought he was dead. So when we left my grandpa's house, which is where he was, because he hung around because we fed him, my Aunt Angie, who was taking care of the property, said, she would keep up with Legato's care after we moved. And because we thought he was a straight outside cat, we couldn't take him with us. We were moving into the middle of the city, rather than being out towards the country. Well, she was out tending to the garden one day, and a van pulled up outside the yard, and he was sunbathing on my grandpa's front steps. And a teenage boy got out and walked over to my Aunt Angie, and he was like, "Can I please see that cat? It looks like my cat I lost 2 years ago." And she was like, "Yeah, sure enough." And he went over, and sure enough, it was his cat. And we'd had him for about 2 years.
Interesting.
And what's funny is his name was Legato, because they named him. It was the Spanish meaning the cat, but the thing is, his name was Legato. I always wondered. He always responded to it so well.
Well,
yeah, and it's just like that's because it was his name, and he automatically recognized the boy because he went running over to him like, "Oh my God, Dad, I missed you! Where have you been?" And as my aunt said, she was like, "Well, it's hard to miss a cat that walks like that." And he was like, "Oh yeah, he's always been kind of a tank." He was an inside-outside cat, but during a big storm we had here local, he had gone outside and must have gotten lost and ended up on the north side of town. We ended up taking care of him, so we just stayed rather than wandering back out. But yeah, so he was
a good kitty.
He was a good kitty.
That sounds like a good cat. Also, Rogan, that does sound horrifying.
I had a cat go 100 foot in the air up a tree. And we had to get a huge extension ladder and a fish net to get her down. She couldn't get to any branches, so she was just hanging on the outside of the tree. It was scary to see. Oh my gosh, that sounds absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, sometimes cats don't know what to do and they just keep climbing up to try to escape because it's a response.
Yeah.
And then they just get stuck up there and they're too terrified to do anything.
Oh, you got Lizzie caught up on the MHIOC ideas. Awesome.
She did.
Okay.
That's why it took me a tiny bit longer to get here.
I mean,
because we got distracted with that.
We've been talking so much. We didn't get too terribly far.
Yeah.
We finished. Did we finish Shin 2?
No.
No, we got near the bottom. We are.
We did. We're at Larvitar.
Yeah, we're 6 away from the end.
We were about to start Larvitar, but then got distracted by cat talk.
How did you guys get distracted by cat talk?
Ursa Ring, there it is. I was like, where is he?
He just kept adding more cats to stories.
I can't help it. I love cats.
How did you guys get distracted by cats?
Because Jay mentioned that Suicune looked like.
It had out ribbons, which was
ribbons. So you started talking about that cat a lot, and then you just jumped on to a different cat story.
And then another cat story. We've had a lot of cats.
Yeah. Those were all around the same era of our kitties, though. Because we had all 3 of those cats simultaneously.
Too bad.
So Legato was an outside cat, so I don't really.
Well, you could be Sirip. We are starting back over where you got left off if you wanted to join.
It is true. If you feel up to it.
If you feel up to it. If not, I understand. I think I got bit by a freaking mosquito on my leg. They need to leave me alone.
I think I got a mosquito bite somewhere too. But not surprising for you.
I could, but it wouldn't feel right. Because
Why
you
would-
missed your stream today?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what she said. She told me that. Ow.
I understand that.
But it's up to you.
Yeah, so if you don't want to, that's fine. I am now a seafoam bun.
Are you taking my spot, Sugar?
No, look, do you see my stream?
Yeah, I see. I'm watching it right now
So,
on my tablet.
so you see how blue I am? Have you seen the red one?
Yeah, the imp one.
Yeah, the inspired one.
But Logan, her name isn't Potassium, it's Sugar. It would make more sense if she was
Sugar.
Potassium.
Potassium. I'm a potassium bunny. I'm just gonna make the all brown one and call it as a potato bun.
Potato bun. While we're getting Lizzie caught up, I'm going to go grab some beverages.
Go grab your beverage.
Okay.
Beverage?
Did I rate this one or no?
No.
No, we rated
No.
Teddy Ursa and then stopped. You
Oh,
gave
okay.
Teddy Ursa a 10.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of just like going.
I'll give it
Killing zombies.
an 8.9.
It's 9.
Dogma.
Ooh.
An AK
Yeah, potato bun or steampunk bun. There's not much difference. Well, if I was gonna make it
0.5.
a steampunk one, Rogan, I'd have to add some gold.
Hmm.
Sweet and sticky all over the place. Damn right.
8.9.
and I wouldn't have patience for it.
And potassium is more banana.
Oh. A 9.
A 9 for
9 for
Nice,
swinging.
why not? My keyboard hit and you became a 98. It's like,
Hello,
no,
fine.
come down there.
Surprisingly 10.
Oh, you
Ooh.
like Pillow Slime?
Yeah, it's a cutie. Even though
Yeah.
it's so cute.
It is.
Honestly, if I see it, I'll be like, I want to hug it. I'm like, I want to hug it. Even though it's bigger than me, I want to hug it.
I mean, that is mostly fur. It is literally just a big pile of fur with a little piggy inside of it.
Yeah.
It looks like the hills, the double hills. It reminds me of the mountains of like Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say the double hills from Mario.
It really does. That's what I was thinking of too.
Searched in it. I
Corsola and
Ooh.
Hilarious.
for just like a stone axe.
6.5.
handle in a book.
6.5
That
and
is
4
all-
ghosts. Corsola.
Ooh.
All that
Interesting.
work for nothing.
8.9.
We won't get to it tonight, but it evolves.
It
Oh, does it?
evolves.
Oh yeah, it does. I remember now.
Remoraid.
5.
Fish.
5 for fish.
Artillery.
6.
6 for octo.
Delbird.
Ooh. 9.
9 for presents.
9 for presents. Mantine.
10.
Love you, honey.
Mantore.
I don't know why, but my friend had the name when we were playing Pokemon Go. I don't know why when it came up when it popped up for us. She's like, "Oh look, it's so much." I swear to God, she said it's the majestic sea flap flap, and I look at her, I'm like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's wrong?"
It's actually apparently a common thing to call the manta rays flap flaps. Even though I only like a few years ago ever heard anyone call it that.
I've never heard that called, and I love it.
Apparently, I don't know
think
if it's
that's
a
where
common
she got it
thing.
from.
I don't know if it's common in California or whatever, and maybe Florida. But apparently, like Aaron Hansen has stated that he's never heard anyone call it manta ray until someone referred to that on his show. He's like, "But everyone just calls it flap flap," and I'm like, "No one calls it a flap flap." Not without like making it a jest.
Yeah, but she just said that, and I was like, "Okay." I was like,
I heard it like my whole life. Zero.
I've heard it a couple times here.
It must be very regional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
because
sure it is.
that's the first time I've ever heard one called as called a flap flap. I enjoy it though.
Yeah,
But I just
I've
It
never
is
heard of
cute.
I heard the flap flap, but the thing that like maybe questioned her is when she said majestic sea flap flap, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, okay, I guess it's majestic now.
Well, I mean, some of them are. Some of them can like skim on top of the water. It's really pretty.
Yeah, that is true.
When they're not hiding underneath it and killing celebrities.
I didn't know Mr.
Yeah.
Bite said hi. Hi, Mr. Bite. Anyway.
Okay. 7.9.
Oh, I
For
didn't know.
Skarmory.
I didn't know Syrup was a Florida girl.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
have,
either.
I have family who live in Florida.
Let's see.
I wonder what Patty calls it. They do flap when they swim. You're very true.
7.8.
7.8.
7.7.
You're right there.
Nope.
Houndoom.
Okay. 8.9.
You're good.
Bigger Houndoom.
Ooh.
Houndoom, but pointier.
9.
9.
Old Horsey.
Ooh. 8.9.
That's a point to 9, huh?
Ampy.
10.
Same as Sugar.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it's cute, me and Lizzie are like,
I can't help it. I have a weakness for cute things.
Dawn
I
fan.
understand.
10 because it's badass.
Oh, I think that's the highest that's gotten.
Yeah, I gave it a 9, but yeah. I do love Stomfan. The tire elephant. Because I think Donphan is only like 4 foot tall. Which, considering it's an elephant, is very tiny.
Yeah.
You want over here, sweetheart? Okay, there you go.
Small fan.
We have the kitty.
Yeah.
It is my Echo. Who is my
it's
tiny
Echo?
dude? It's my bobtail. How's my baby?
Oh, it's so cute and tiny. Meow.
Excuse me.
Oh, dang.
Your burp sounded like a very quiet version of the like home improvement noise. It's like,
What?
I'd rather you not use my chair as a scratching post.
Bloody
yeah,
no.
you're supposed to be the behavior.
No, Diana.
Look, listen to your little motor. How's my baby? Yes.
Sugar.
I'm sorry. It's a cat.
Button.
Supersedes everything. Porygon 2.
7.5.
Antler.
With the big old
away from streaming
bubble
her
butt.
baby talking, got very confused. Well, there's a baby kitten on my desk. Oh, is my shoot.
Okay,
Oh, honey, hold on. Back over here, off mommy keyboard. Wow, it's green.
Whoa!
It's
Damn.
green. It's a toxic green.
No.
Interesting, but I don't really like it. Huh.
Okay, 8.5.
0.5.
Schmeargle.
8.
It.
Tyro.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's a mutual feeling. Oh.
4.
Yeah.
That's what I gave it to. Just I love that.
Oh. This thing.
It's you.
I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but
just the just displeasure of it. Oh.
Okay.
Hit him on top.
6.5.
Smooch him, smooch.
No, this one
Oh.
too.
Yeah, just again.
Yeah.
Better than what it evolves into.
That's true, but
A high bar to set, though.
but this.
Yeah, it's not a high bar.
See, but when I look at this, it just reminds me of those sassy little girls that think they're all that. Like, even if they're 5, they just have that attitude, and I'm just like, no, I want to. I'm like, no.
Fuck you.
I will.
You're like
yell
an
at
inch
you, put you in the
tall.
corner.
I could crush you and no one would know.
Okay, 4.
I could step on you and no one would know.
Kid.
Elected.
I don't have any hands. These
These are
cloud
clouds. I can't hold a spoon. I'm starving.
8.
Oh, dogs in love.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't wait for them.
Everyone gave it an 8!
Everyone gave it an 8.
I can't wait for they put out the video of the
Jay, you kind of
XP
like
playthrough.
you kind
That
of
one
made me
had
like
so
worried
many
there
good
because
moments.
you made it sound
Yeah.
like you were so
I
offended. You're like 8.
I actually watched the whole thing while this was going on, and I'm like I'm making references sometimes in here for like when we got to Houndour, I said Horge because they had a Houndour in that game named Horge.
Okay. Magby.
But the reason I said that way, I was surprised that yet another person gave it an 8. I was
But you made it so like I offended you, and I was like,
No, I'm sorry. Did my accent, did I
All
make it sound that way?
eights. It's all eights. Why can't you guys be different? It's all eights.
What you need syrup in here? Syrup will give it to something different.
Oh yeah, it'll be like 5.
No, now she'll give it 8 just to spite you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. 6.5. I'm all looking at the chat to see if she types, but she hasn't.
No.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm
Keep an
looking
eye on
at it too.
myself.
I'm gonna get. Yep. You get my.
There she is.
There you go. You can mark that down. Her Magby's 8.
It's an
It's over
8.
there.
Magby is just 8.
Okay.
Sorry.
You mean
Elkin.
Elegant. Elegant is
Yeah.
just 8.
Yep. All 8s.
All right. Let's see.
No pink.
Ow.
This is
8B.
9 because it is pretty adorable. It's cute. It's a cute cow.
Sleepy.
Ellie 8.
Ellie 8.
Ellie 8.
I didn't hear. What did you give Miltank?
9. I
9.
want to boop. I want to boop the belly and the
The
nose.
Miltank was also a really heavy roadblock in gold. Because that rollout after a while starts just killing things.
Yeah.
You gotta stop it one way or another. Either KO it or make it so that it misses.
Mm-hmm. Because that was one hell of a roadblock when I first started playing gold as a child. Like, man, this Miltank's hard. You never expect the normal gym to be hard.
Like the ones that fall in by a large margin.
So
Let's see.
But yeah.
Yeah. 7.5.
So here's a question: do you think they're gonna add a new type to Scarlet and Violet?
I don't know if they will,
But
but
so, yeah, Echo is being very rambunctious.
well, he's getting better. So.
But messing with my mouse cable.
No. It's Cat.
Stop.
No. It's
The legendary puppers.
Man, we
legendary
got hella
forks.
distracted if we only made it this far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's I'm pretty sure those cat conversations probably went on for a good solid like 15 minutes.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Rogan, quit spending money.
Rogan, spit more.
Spend more, but not on Baby Shark, please, or else.
Shit, he already did that.
Why
I
do you
know,
say that?
but that
That
doesn't
would
stop
entice
him.
them.
That's just gonna coax him to do it more.
Yeah, seriously.
9.
9 for Raiko?
I'm broke and I'm
broke and I'm proud.
Me.
Me.
No.
Rogan, you're a
Me.
man after my own heart. Man after my own heart.
He's the
Me,
zappy
that is
dog.
me, Rogan, too. Wait, Jay, did you hear my answer?
Uh,
9.
Raiko 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom!
See, you did
Hell
it.
yeah. Yes.
Alright, guess I'm leaving the stream.
No, you stay right there. Right
I'm leaving the stream early.
No.
Okay, Mom.
I love how Sugar was just swaying to it.
10.
10 for Entei?
Yes.
Tente?
Tente. The Tente.
10.
That's speaking.
I think. Yeah, I have a rainbow foil of Inte.
I think I do too. Or at least a regular foil.
10.
The sweet Akun
10.
is also 10.
Yeah.
And now we are caught back up.
Yes! We are now at
really...
Larvatar!
Yeah,
You guys didn't get that far.
Yeah, we didn't.
No.
No, we talked a lot.
And we didn't get started till pretty late, but Vega got held over at work.
Yeah, we didn't start till like midnight, so.
Oh.
So like
was
yeah,
work bad
so, like,
again?
yeah.
Bestie?
What?
Was it bad?
We actually had to yell at someone and send them home.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it was awful.
Rogan, it's not worth it. The drug's not
Rogan,
worth
it's
it.
totally worth it.
Not for $5.
Kill me. Someone please kill me. Please, someone kill me.
No.
It's not worth it.
Worth every penny.
Stop.
Rogan's my man. That's multiple McDonald's.
It's multiple McDonald's deals.
A lot of times, my money on spending is put into food process. Like, it's $5 to do this, but I could also eat for $5.
Wow, I used to do that all the time.
Oh yeah, no, that's how Jason used to do everything. Good thing I don't eat. What do you mean you don't eat? Rogan!
That's the best
No!
diet. That's the best
I don't eat
diet
either.
right there.
Here's the thing, though. Eventually, I'll get Rogan to try and commission me for something. I will get his PayPal, and then I'll send all this damn money back.
Alright, so Lizzie goes first, right?
Yep. Larvatar. Or
Okay.
Yogiras.
Oof, now I'm scared. Oh, you scared?
The deceptively heavy one.
Yeah, that's like, where is it?
158 pounds.
Nice. And he's only
2 feet tall. He is just a boulder that Ash
I'll just close
carries.
my face. Oh, thank you.
like
No.
it's nothing.
No.
No.
A similar way.
Right, I know. It's like there's that very iconic scene of Ash just holding him in his arms like it's nothing. People are like, that thing weighs like almost 200 pounds.
What about that little kid that has a Munchlax that just sits on his head that he runs around with for a while?
Yeah.
It's like, that Munchlax weighs like twice what that kid weighs.
Yeah.
It's on his head.
Do you have the bagel, Vega?
Where'd he go?
By the way, I give it
What?
7.5.
Why is it not in my... What?
Oh, here comes
So
more.
Vega, do you have it set as your like free for follow emote, or
Yeah.
is it one of your normal?
It's free to follow.
That's why you can't use it. Free to follow can only be used as far as it's being in the channel. Therefore,
Oh, so I can't use my own free to follow emotes?
not unless you put it into one of your regular tiered emotes.
That's awful.
a weird stipulation.
You are not annoying, Rogan. I just am concerned about your finances.
Rogan, I think you're great.
He is great. Rogan is amazing.
I still have only one person it says watching.
I'm watching you.
I'm watching too.
There's like 6 people that I know of watching, and it's like, oh, that's like 1.
That's just one.
Well, this is my go with Lavator. Lavator gets an 8. I like Lavatar.
Yay, even 210. Is that included for what you did last time? Mine goes brr.
Monday?
Monday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
I was say I don't know about Wednesdays.
Yeah, I was about to say you did not do 210 just now. This month. Well, stop it. Le bonk.
Do it. Keep doing it. Make it higher.
No, Vega. Damn it.
Don't encourage people to spend all their money.
You're talking to a guy who spends all his.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're talking to the. I'm like, you guys are talking to the wrong person.
I love the random corn in the corner of my screen. All regular emotes and then corn.
Actually, I think it's cauliflower, not a corn.
It might be
Really?
cauliflower. It might be cauliflower.
Yeah, it's
I
just
just thought it was
cauliflower.
I thought it was very fat corn.
It does look like that.
I hoard my money like a dragon. It's my hoard.
I wish I could hoard money like that, but I can't because I suck.
I can to a certain extent, but at the same time, I get so much joy from spending money.
Me.
You can tell from the inflection of your voice.
That is
so much
me.
joy.
Sugar.
Thanks for asking. I'm going to give it a 7.
But now I gotta play it smart because I do not have work for a while.
I'm sure you'll find something.
I'm waiting for a callback. Anybody, please.
Anybody?
I'm desperate.
What's funny is we were
desperate.
talking, Jason and me, Jay and me,
Uh-huh.
when we went shopping the other day. We're like, Jason. He was like, you know what? I would love to like.
Not gonna lie, seeing how Vega turned out, I kind of want to stop spending money now.
What do you mean how I turned out?
That's rude.
What do you mean how I turned out?
That's the rude sandstorm.
Bitch. It's the alcoholizing how Vega turned out. I kind of want to stop spending money. Logan, what does that mean?
Yeah, that's what I said.
But you were saying what you're still with sugar?
Logan, stop!
Did you forget what you were saying, by the way, Sarah?
I gave it a 7.
Well, that's not what I said.
Your story.
I can't remember now.
I thought so.
Vega.
My God, it's gone.
It's gone. Everything is gone.
7.5.
Oh, winning the lotto. That's right. If we ever win the lotto, he was talking about how, we're gonna be able to just stream for fun. It'll just be entirely fun. But then we're gonna hire Lizzie and Vega so they can quit their crappy jobs.
No.
If
If you win the lotto, I know what you need to do.
Win the lotto.
No, you win the lotto, and we get a community property.
I actually thought about, I was like, if I won the lotto, I'd, buy a cul-de-sac and be like, okay, these are our houses.
Yes! And then if you have any left over, we can quit our crappy jobs.
Pretty much any job I work at is a crappy job.
Yeah.
I like my job to a certain extent. I'm not chef,
That's good.
but I like cooking, and it qualifies as cooking.
But
I liked where I worked at, but I got let go for no reason.
If I got, the ability to hire you, then you could do it for fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
you're
you
not
can do
wrong.
it for fun.
Vega just slams into Jason's house like, "What am I doing today, boss?" And Jason's like, I don't know. You do you.
That's how it would go.
And he just plops down the couch. He's like, "Fuck it, we're playing Monster Hunter."
What am I cooking today?
What am I
What do
cooking
you want me
today?
to cook for you today?
Vega just going to everyone's house. What am I cooking?
What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? You scare
I
my mom
believe
half
so.
to death. She's trying to make coffee. Vega just slams it. Mom, what are you hungry for?
No, you can't have that coffee. Whips out old-fashioned grinder, starts grinding coffee by hand.
My mom, but I like Maxwell House. Too bad.
Oh.
Blurb, how are you doing? Welcome back and thank you for that resub.
Syrup J, I'll have your most exquisite chicken nugget.
Bitch, please. I can make you some really good chicken
On
nuggets
street.
that aren't fake chicken nuggets.
The power is high. Yeah. No, are you kidding? Having Rogan as a neighbor would be awesome. He'd have to do like, you know, for like Animal Crossing,
sugar.
the daily announcements.
Yeah.
We'd have to have a
Sugar.
daily announcement from Rogan.
Sugar. It'd be kind of funny though, because instead of him virtually throwing his money at you, he could actually do it in person now.
Gets paid for
Walks up
gets
to you.
paid by Sugar. Lives next to Sugar. Sugar walks up. Here's your monthly money. Looks at Sugar. Throws half of it back. There's your.
No,
Damn
he
it,
just walks up. No, he just walks up to Sugar without saying anything, pulls out his wallet, throws it at her, and then walks away.
It just starts playing Baby Shark on his phone as he does it.
My God, please no.
A Rogan
Please
throwing
just-
coins. That would be
rolls over in bed, looks at Dash. We asked for this. We asked for all of this. Meanwhile, Vega downstairs. I'm making breakfast.
I wish I was a fish.
And meanwhile, I'm just in my own home, just chilling, not bothering anybody.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh my! What are you doing now? What do you mean I'm on train? Stop that! No!
I saw it pop up and I'm like, oh, we having a hype train tonight.
No! All y'all stop! But enjoy that, Rogan! I haven't seen Domino in a while, but yes, Snowy! Shroud Winters and Nixie! Enjoy those gift subs! Now stop it, all of you!
Actually, thank you for reminding me, Vega.
What? You're welcome. I don't know what.
I will never Fortnite dance ever. No, don't worry, I have a 10-year-old. We'll just ask him to do it.
Yeah.
Mom, how do I earn my allowance? Well, when Rogan comes by to... Rogan, stop!
Hell yeah, Rogan, let's go!
Damn it. Fuck. I lost my train of thought. No, when Rogan comes to do his monthly throw money at me, he's like, child, get out here, and he just makes him Fortnite dance to Baby Shark. For like 10 minutes straight. Jay, enjoy that. Also, let's see here. Emerald, you got one. Yeno, Rennie, and Jiggly TT2.
Nope.
T1, T2.
T12. Tit 2. Jiggly Tit. Ah, it's Jiggly
I
Tit.
think it's T1, T2, but
Looks like Jiggly Tit. What are you doing, Barb? No!
if that's it, then that means the 2 would be an S.
Jiggly Tit. Ah, the Jiggly Tits! Ah. Now all of you quit.
Blurp did some bits.
69. Nice.
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 You're gonna yell at me, but if anyone wants a silly item, Toss Redeem Sugar has a hidden
Yes!
name.
There you go, Rogan!
Oh no.
Goodbye, sugar!
To space with you! What's the Honda shooting? Where are you going? Sugar! Yoink.
Into space.
Oh, jeez.
No. Good to see the collision. No. Oh. The most items. I was like, no. It's just regular. Guys.
Can't stop, won't stop.
What's funny is I can't even see my hype train on my thing, my OBS.
We're at level 4.
What? No!
Oh, I got 5 minutes of Uwu down.
Damn it! Uwu.
Yep.
Why would you do this to me, Uwu? I would just reload that again for later, Uwu. No, Uwu!
Damn straight.
I need to get up my quack, Uwu. I need my fucking quack, Uwu. There.
I'm sorry.
Ow, I
Do I
hurt.
need to throw a no cursing in there? Oh, Dash did it!
Oh, Dash did it already.
I am hurt by my own husband, Uwu. Why would you do this to me, Uwu? Why?
Because we
Because
love
he loves
Uwu.
you.
I don't think you do, Uwu.
Now, I haven't whipped out the hour yet.
That is twoo-woo-woo. You keep that away
Twoo.
from me. That's twoo-woo-woo.
Ooh.
I'm becoming a shwoo-woo-woo.
We are done with Lavatar. Woo.
No,
I
we're
know
not.
we're not. We're here for an hour, Uwu.
We keep getting distracted and going all over the place.
It is
And
true.
we're fat.
Oh.
Why? Why would you? Why? How to talk? I keep wanting to do it. No.
See, as I find this easier than
No,
to
it's
do
not.
it with the word.
Because I want to say the word. I want to say it. Because now it just sounds like I'm being whiny. Extra. Extra.
Imagine that you're being dashed for food constantly.
Hobby.
See? It's that voice.
Hobby. Damn it. Oh no.
How big we making this slime?
I'm very angry. Ooh. I stopped myself. Oh! Ow! This hurts. Oh! Yay!
I love how this
I
stream
like the things flying.
I love how this stream has just devolved.
That was like 4 bikes.
We're making slimes grow twice now.
I did it. It has grown. It has grown twice.
Oh,
It will soon consume me.
Snowy has slime hat.
Slime hat.
It's
It's
like
a
a slime
big
yarmulke.
Did someone say 1 hour? No, we did not, Silip. No! No! What do you get? Choo-choo, here come the twain. No. Basically it's a 10-minute word ban, and it just adds for every time I do it, it adds another minute.
Oh no.
Slime hat, I'm not saying it.
Oh no.
I apparently was the conductor. Rogan should have been the conductor, but
The
Oh,
sound of words don't count towards that, I think. Or do they?
why? Why is this happening to me again?
No. No. Rogan, I'm not doing it. Logan, I'm not. You can't make me.
what?
Say the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. You can't. No.
It has been banned.
It has been bound.
By himself.
That is a great hype emote.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, what?
Hype stress.
We are on to Poopata, by the way.
Can you say awa? I can say awa.
Oh, wow, 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 wow,
Oh, wow.
wow, wow, wow,
Awa.
wow, wow, wow.
What is this stream?
Why
evolved
can't
to?
I do that?
Ta.
Meanwhile, Jay is all like, I'd like to get on with waiting the Pokemon. Awa.
Okay, I guess that's a thing. I can.
I'm sorry for being a downer.
I'm regretting decisions, awa awa.
What
Now,
decisions are
why?
you regretting? Do I need to forward you some money?
Huh?
Emotional
No
damage.
damage.
Stop!
No, that was sugar cubes.
Oh, those sugar cubes? Okay, that's fine.
No, that's Blurp.
Well, Blurper don't use sugar cubes.
Ah,
Not the. I thought
Sugar
it was-
thinks everything's money at the moment, and she's
Yeah.
freaking out.
Please stop. Please.
Well,
No
you're lucky.
more.
I can't do it because it's not letting me again
What?
to sub again.
It won't let you
It's
sub?
only that problem. Yeah, it won't let me sub.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Logan. Why?
Because we love you.
Awa.
But the scream.
Awa.
Sugar's making payout this month.
Next month. I already got my
Whatever.
payout this month.
You making payout.
Ugh. Hey, I can stop the voice.
I agree with Blurp. I'll fucking do it again.
No! You need to get your heart going.
So,
My heart's
Lizzie.
already going.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about the lizard cocoon?
with the eyebrows. Don't forget the eyebrows.
True.
Sure.
Even though they're holes.
They're bushy.
I think they're holes.
They're holes.
But they're bushy.
Sanagilas.
Hello, honey.
It's a 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
Pupitar honestly gets about a 5 for me.
Sugar.
4.
I give it a 7.
7.
I will give 6 for more interesting Metapod.
That's fair.
Fair.
Take one quick glance at it. It kind of looks like
Hardcore Metapod.
Yeah. That's why I give it 7.
Yeah.
It's just so weird because its previous and following evolutionary line are lizards.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a lizard that goes into a cocoon.
It's like a butterfly, but with scales.
It's like a butterfly.
Ooh, that is a new paint scheme, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the seafoam one. It's very green and blue.
Ready
Oh, is
for
it my
the
turn? No,
No,
you're-
we're on to the next one.
Okay.
We're ready to hit that button.
Tyranitar.
Oh, it has a mega.
It does.
Click that bell, ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen.
Vangiras.
Okay. I say
Mega Tyranitar.
You come and
8.
go. You come
Eight?
and
Oh my
go.
god.
I
Tyranitar
barely heard Lizzie.
8. She said an 8.
Tyranitar. He gets. Know what? I'm gonna give him 8.5. His name sounds like Reptar.
4.5.
Not today, Blurp, but yesterday and the day before, I believe.
Yeah, right now, there's been in state some bad ones, but they've gone around or over us.
Yep,
Um,
they came to
Worst
me.
one was
Might
Monday
be
and
it.
Tuesday.
They may
Guys-
be fixing the electric for other people and it's causing issues for us.
Oh, really?
That's my hypothesis. If there's areas near us that are still out of power, messing with the power lines, they may have had to turn one off temporarily or something.
That's true. But the thing is, where we live, our county is down in a valley. So
Mine too.
yeah, so if we get something, it can be really bad. But most stuff skips right over us.
Hmm.
I love how 2 of the bit icons in your jar are just perpetually spinning.
Yeah, they're just going nuts. It looks like they're tickling Snowy's nose.
Tickle, tickle,
Hold on,
tickle.
It's like Dash is in there just spinning them like he.
Where
His
is it?
fidget spinners. His own fidget spinners.
You live by
You
the
thought of Ultima too?
Mississippi. I live like what, an hour and a half away from Mississippi?
The little face that's near Vega's tail right now.
Yes.
I just redeemed 3 make my slime grows.
Why?
Oh, why?
Because I wanted to get bigger.
Because I wanted to get bigger.
You do have that power.
Yoink.
Yes, because I have unlimited points.
Yeah, because it's my channel. I did redeem it.
I am being consumed.
Gosh, no,
Are we on to Mega?
No. No, we're not.
No, Vega hasn't given his.
I didn't even know it was my turn. I give it an 8.
We're getting really distracted
No.
today.
The next one's in 12 days.
What's
9.8, if I can type correct. I lack me Tyranitar.
We gotta make me a me blob of that kind so that I can be their third. I can do that.
Ow.
Now we're on to
I mean,
Mega.
It kind of has Syrup's face almost. Or like the me face.
Yeah.
Yes,
Although,
but now we're on to Mega.
If we're being real, Syrup would not have the energy to keep doing this constantly.
I don't see.
Yeah, Syrup is very laid back and tired.
Ooh.
The one thing that's
Interesting.
odd about this design is they're not showing it here, but on the back, it looks like the skin has been like ripped off almost, because its back is more revealed. But it's just like the same like the underbelly, the red stripes. I think it's like that on the back.
Oh,
That
that's
is what's got hole.
I mean, fair enough, Syrup. That's possible. That is possible.
So yeah,
it's not.
almost like it's hatching again.
It's not entirely that. It's just there's a little like diamond that it looks like it, which is also part of that's on the back of the original form too.
You'd probably have to see it in the other area, Sugar.
I do. I am. What I'm saying is like
Yeah.
the back
That's why I was
the back of normal Tyranitar has that little bit peeking out too.
Oh, really
It just
does
it's just slightly more visible in the Mega version.
Okay. It's like, 'cause it looks like it's hatching again, which is concerning.
Yeah.
I do like the colors though.
E.
Anyway, Lizzie.
Okay. 7.9.
I'll give Mega 1 to 9.
6.
I'll give it an 8.
Oh, hey, I can curse again.
And
say ooh, even though that's done.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
This is one of those moments where it would be interesting if I had an avatar.
I'll give it an 8 too.
I'm just constantly dancing right now.
Luke.
What are we at?
Lugia!
Lugia!
Inner tube!
Lugia.
With his weird wing hands.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yep.
Lugia is about to get, looks like ready to give some hands to people.
Going to play the biggest set of bongos. Boom, 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 boom.
Inner tube. I miss inner tube.
Lugia speaks to people because he's psychic.
Outside on my deck, just heard an owl in like 5. That's the first time you've heard an owl in like 5 years. Where?
Nice,
Where?
Blurp. Also, Syrup, I don't know the Hat Kid smug dance, but sure, that works.
Hi,
9.
baby.
Meow.
Come here.
What was that, Lizzie?
9.
9.
Lugia also gets a 9 for me.
9.
9! I know I'm ahead of myself, but still.
Sugar.
Hold on.
What
I have
happened?
a very affectionate radar.
Something else is going on too.
What?
There was something going on in the background too.
Check Discord Vega.
Checking it.
9.8. Actually, just give it a 10. I like inner tube.
Yeah,
9.5.
Sarah, you were absolutely right. That's kind of what I'm doing right
That's
now.
it.
That's literally what I'm doing right at this moment.
The small kid dance.
What'd you say though, Sarah?
10.
Yeah. I mean, after that you said something as well, but I couldn't hear you.
I have no idea. I have a radar on me.
Something about inner tubes or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I adore inner
Inner
tube.
Tube was the name of her Lugia.
Ah.
And I
Sock was
believe,
the name of my Kyogre.
yeah. Socks Drizzle made it rain.
Get them, Kyogre!
Why are you messing with my headset cord?
Because it's a cat.
Because it's a kitty.
Ow. That's my boob.
Plus, if it's Radar, Radar cannot stand to leave a string alone.
And he's purring so loud. Did you just fart on me?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Oh.
Radar's
And you're
a
sneezing
farter.
on me, too.
It's cat. What do you
Also,
expect?
also, I like how the bunnies are slowly moving across your screen.
Yeah, they're just inching their way forward.
And now there's a group of mouths underneath of Vega and Sugar.
What can I say? I collect mouths.
Bless it. Oh, I don't like you being up there. I didn't like Echo being up there. I definitely don't like you being up there.
Yeah, the ungraceful one, yeah. The Rainbow Chicken.
I think it big turn for Lugia.
Oh, sorry.
Lugia, he gave Lugia a 9.
Oh wait,
Oh.
Are we done?
wait,
Yes.
Okay.
wait. Excuse me.
What?
I randomly resubbed to everyone again.
Ha!
Eh.
Busy magic.
I didn't do anything.
Radar, I don't like you up there.
Alright, everybody, if Sugar just disappears, you know why.
Yeah.
Nope, I've solved the problem. Down there. Get down.
Oh.
Well, that means since I've resubbed again, I can bring this back.
I'll be your shield.
I didn't get your resub notification, though.
Yeah, that's so weird. But I can bring this back, Sugar.
Magical egg!
Yeah.
I like how it falls down in pieces on the flood wall.
You know what seeing that reminds me of? Anybody remember the show called Tsubasa, the anime?
Tsubasa.
Heard of the name.
I think I heard of the name too.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Wait, Sugar, does that mean I can commission you for an actual magical egg emote for you to have? Can I?
You want me to make a magical egg emote?
Yeah, could I commission you though?
Again!
All magical tools.
What did Rogan do?
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah!
Lizzie, distract yourself by rating.
Mommy shark.
So, Lizzie, magical rainbow chicken.
We have magical rainbow chickens?
Lizzie's gone.
What's funny is that didn't pop up in my chat either.
It didn't pop up chat either, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. It just started.
So, what might be happening, because they were doing this this morning or yesterday morning, they may be doing maintenance on Stream Elements, and if so, notifications tied to Stream Elements will not pop up.
But this is my regular stream chat, not my Stream Elements one.
What happened?
Yeah, I have no idea for the chat, but I do know that the reason they didn't pop up on your thing is it because Stream Elements has been doing maintenance and they were not sure if it was going to break anything.
Interesting. Lizzie, ho ho.
It didn't pop up for me
Excuse you?
either, but that just made it so much better.
You need to rate Ho-Ho.
Rate
no,
the
no, no,
ho!
no. I was making a joke because I came back and then you said that, and I was gonna sound so offended because you just
Rate
said
the
ho
ho!
I
Rate
mean,
the magical rainbow ho!
ho.
Me?
that's right. I
Ten.
did such a great job. Suck my fucking dick.
Baby shark,
Ah.
baby shark. Mommy shark,
Someone please kill
mommy
me.
shark,
No.
I give you permission to kill me.
No, I want you alive and well.
This is going to lower, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna what?
I was like, this is going to lower Ho-Oh's score, I'm sure.
Oh, it's already gonna be low for me. I don't like ho-oh.
That's a 10.
Oh,
I don't-
never
I
heard
think
you
it's
say
a-
anything.
I absolutely hate the design of this bird. I just don't like it.
It's rainbow bird.
I don't like it.
It farts rainbows, but it's kind of just bird.
It's rainbow.
Your bird.
It's basically a neon cat, but bird form.
We just gotta get Rogan Skullgirl so that Lizzie can fight him in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get him back into Goose Goose Duck so I can
No,
kill
eh?
him for it.
Your anguish fuels my fire. How about that? Next Friday, guys. Rogan, you too. If you want to join, we'll do
He
Goose
has
Goose
to
Duck.
join.
Goose.
Rogan doesn't have to join, but it'd be dope.
Yes, he
if
does.
Rogan
I need to
was
murder
there.
him for
We would
every
love
time
if
he plays.
Rogan joined.
I need to murder him every time he played Baby Shark.
What's the max lobby we can have in that game again?
It's at
20?
16.
Yeah, 16.
The hell,
Yeah.
we just need to start throwing out and like be like, yo, hoes, who wants to play some?
Will Lizzie be mad if my button mashing one?
Good luck with that. Oh well, I mean,
I mean, you probably have the advantage because I'm using a keyboard.
Snowy, did you rate the bird?
Didn't even hear Lizzie's number. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Lizzie said 10.
Nobody heard
Which-
Lizzie's number.
Yeah, nobody heard Lizzie's
Yeah,
number.
everybody's ignoring me, and I love it. Yay!
No, we
I
didn't hear you.
I was not trying to hear it. I did not hear it.
I'm also using a keyboard. Oh, keyboard versus keyboard user. I see how it is.
Snowy.
No,
Oh no, did Snowy die?
Bird
No.
could be 0.5.
Oh, he was so quiet. I didn't
Yeah,
hear.
he's super quiet now.
I just made him sound like he was going away.
Doppler Snowy.
It was such a tiny distant.
You there, Snowy?
Meh.
Okay.
What
we
was your
didn't-
number?
We didn't hear you.
6.5.
6.5.
Okay.
You sound very quiet right now.
Yeah, you're so quiet all at once.
Also, next Friday, unfortunately, I will not be available till much later that night as I'm organizing a large thing with people. Well, you know, we're typically here till the wee hours of the morning. So, if you do want to join and we're still going, you are more than welcome to hop in.
Thank
Sure.
you, Blur,
Then there
for
will
the
be me
bits.
standing on top of a pillar.
That is funny meme number indeed. 21. Thank you so much for the bits, Blair.
Sugar, I know you said it was low, but how low?
3.
Okay.
Wait,
There you go.
make a question. Did you get the notification that I resubbed to you?
No.
Because I got.
Oh.
That's so weird.
So for me, Ho-Ho is gonna be, Twinkie Boss. Ho-Ho is gonna be, for me, a 7.
Squeaky Ball!
Has some
7.5. Interesting chicken.
it got a mixed of.
The last
Of Gen 2,
of
Celebi.
Gen 2. Celebi. Is
The,
it?
the first movie book, a legendary
It
second
is, it's pink.
that didn't speak.
Yeah, it's a pink. It has a pink
Shiny.
shiny. It's a pink shiny.
It's the first one that didn't speak.
Yeah,
Is
even
it really? I thought it did.
no, it's when it kept going beady 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 beady
You're
beady.
right.
Mew doesn't
Oh.
speak.
Okay, that's fair.
But
Yeah, that's
it was the
true.
first where I think it was the only legendary in its movie, and it didn't speak in its movie.
Yeah, Mewtwo spoke.
Oh.
Mewtwo
Mewtwo
spoke.
spoke,
Lugia
Lugia spoke.
Entei spoke. You know that wasn't really an Entei; it was a construct of the unknown, but still.
Yeah,
It was
but
yeah,
the unknown spoke through fake Entei.
yeah.
Mew
Wait,
was like
Lugia
barely
spoke?
in Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lugia spoke.
Oh, here's the one that shouldn't have spoken, but did. Lucario spoke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fighting steel type speaks.
Yeah.
And it's movie.
It's movie. You was in that movie
And
though.
it's the only legendary type that got a movie. I mean, non-legendary type. My bad.
I mean, that one did have a lot of legendary. It had Mew and all the Reggies in it.
True.
I don't know if I've
It
even
was-
seen that one.
But
I
it
love, I
itself
love,
wasn't a
I love
legendary
Lucario
Pokemon.
and Mystery Mew.
Yeah, but it itself as wasn't a legendary. Was not a legendary.
Nope, but they treated it like one.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Celebi.
It has the best Reggies. 'Cause I love the Reggie voices.
Crystal.
Reggie eyes. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. The Reggie's just making computer noises.
9.
Best.
9?
Yeah.
So it gets an 8 for me. Time travel fairy.
With the swoop hair.
It reminds me of my present Mike. With the swoop. So 8.
I want to give Celebi.
But it's nothing like him.
No, nothing at all.
I want to give Celebi a 9.5.
4.
Damn, really?
Jay's
Wow.
never been a fan of Celebi.
It's such a boring design, in my opinion. It's like, let's take a fairy and make it as boring as possible.
I guess.
I've just never been a fan of Celebi.
Understandable.
There was a Celebi character in one of the Mr. Dungeon games I liked,
Eh,
but just as a design standpoint, not a fan.
okay.
We are now done with Gen
Gen 2.
2 minus syrup.
It's okay. Syrup will get caught up.
Syrup is
Yep.
here in spirit.
Which means Lizzie actually rated this gen the highest of everyone.
No?
Oh,
Whoa.
really?
Yeah, an 8.082.
Yeah, I feel like I gave a lot of 5s this gen.
I thought I used.
Yeah, you gave a 7.041. Sure gave a 7.742. Vegas a 7.851, and I gave a 7.897.
Yeah, I
You
gave
have
a lot up syrup.
You have separate spreadsheets for each generation?
I have them categorized on the same spreadsheet, but yes, I have. Oh, you don't understand my spreadsheetiness.
No, I don't. I love it. It's fantastic.
This is tame compared to what I do with spreadsheets.
I love
I
it.
have like a few hundred spreadsheets.
That's amazing.
We love spreadsheets. When we were talking about doing this, and I mentioned, I was like, "Have you guys don't understand?
Good night,
Jay's
Blurb.
gonna have a spreadsheet." Night, Blurb. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, his spreadsheets." I'm like, "No, you don't understand. You do not understand. He has we have bank. You know, we have a bank. We have a bank account. We can access online. He keeps track of his funds through his own spreadsheet because it's more accurate than the bank."
Damn.
Damn.
I haven't kept it updated with like about a year ago. I got lax on it, so I'm kind of behind. I would need to start it up again. But yeah, for a good many years, I was doing that because sometimes our bank doesn't update for a few days, and I needed to know how much money I had.
Understandable. I keep track of I do I check my bank like every other day and budget out accordingly.
Yeah, I have enough of a leeway with my money now that I'm not as worried about it as I was then. So that's one of the reasons why I got lax on it. But yes, I still have that spreadsheet somewhere, so I could go back and do it again.
Rogan's just out of money. I don't need to. Then why were you spending money you don't have?
I wonder why that happened, Mr. Rogan, Mr. The Breaker. Next is Trico.
It's so impressive though when you say that.
Mori.
Let me scare the breaker.
Mori.
Rogan, do I need to dote on you? Do I need to send you cash?
No, don't
Encourage you.
encourage
endless-
this spending.
It's an endless cycle of giving other people money.
It's just zeros and negatives.
Only the middleman makes it
good.
out now.
That is not good.
I think Rogan might be exaggerating a little bit.
And speaking though of Celebi sugar, if I recall, you would like its shiny form because I believe it's Mew colored pink.
I saw that down here. Yep, it's pink with a green eye,
Yes.
which I do like better.
Yes, I do like it because it's very flowery. I very much like its shiny coloration.
Rogan, don't tell me these things. It makes me want to reach out to you.
Yeah, I feel bad. Again, I feel buyer's remorse for other people.
Because I forgot to transfer money. Oh, yeah, I've done that on occasion.
Stop!
Ulysses trying to make everything better. So on to the next generation.
Are we doing that? Because it's going on 2:30.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Which is pretty fast, surprisingly.
Well, again, we started doing this late because I was late as hell.
You're always sort of an hour late. It's the fact that these streams turn into distraction streams really easily.
Yeah. Well, I was still late because normally I'm going on 3 hours when we're doing this, and I'm only at 2.
And I'm only at 2.
I was saying, you were an hour late. That's not the reason why we're only
right.
going like quarter way through gens each time we do this.
Yeah.
Because sugar talks.
I mean, I'm fine with it. You know, it just means that it gives them plenty of time to make new games and new Pokemon. What up, Mighty Moogle? And by that way, by the time we actually get caught up,
another gen will be out.
The next game will be out.
I'm actually pretty sure the game will come out before we're even finished through Gen 5.
Oh yeah, Scarlet and Violet definitely will.
Considering we get through, like I say, like half a gen each month.
You're doing a thing? What thing are you doing? Speaking of things, I need to talk to you.
Not my ability to just stay up for ages. Hello, Dark.
You can stay up for ages?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm same here.
I mean, even yesterday when I stopped stream, I couldn't go to sleep for like an hour and a half, so I was up till almost 7 in the morning.
Dang. Thanks, Dark, for the hydrate. Well, I don't know where I put my soda. Oh, there it is.
Where did the soda go?
Dark got us a good old Anna.
Okay, sugar.
Dark, I love you.
I'm intricately creating a 3D model to do a half and half VTube content. Interesting. I wish you the best of luck with that.
Mlem. Mlem to you too. Love your face.
Yes, love your face, Dark.
Love you, Dark.
Weekdays would be VTube and weekend would be IRL Cam. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like how Wednesdays can turn out to be.
Alrighty, Rogan. See you soon.
I popped in at the awesome Mr. Bite. Look, another resubscribe.
Dark, hello. Thank you for the resub.
That's so weird that mine didn't go through earlier.
That is weird.
Las smooches.
I'm glad you can make it for the.
I just watched a little coffee cup just shoot out at like hyperspeed out of the glass that dashes in.
Yup, there
just
it goes. Yep, there they go.
Just pew.
Hey, several of them did it. Your Wednesday cooking shoots gave me the idea. Okay, fair enough.
Look at you inspiring people.
I don't.
Thank you for the stretch, Mr. Bite. I appreciate you.
The worst part is I can't disagree with you, but I want to.
Mare?
Because you look at you inspiring people, but I'm like, I'm not inspiring, but clearly they just said it gave them the idea, and I'm like, ah.
Yep. Ha ha.
Yep.
Ha.
I need to figure out if I'm cooking again next week. I really want to cook again next week. If it wasn't for the fact that it can be so. It can be so expensive. I say it can be expensive. The only reason
We'll get them next time.
exactly, Mr. Bite. The only reason it's expensive because I don't own half the crap that most people have, like brown sugar and all that other stuff like that. I'm like, I don't have a stocked kitchen, so I have to keep buying stuff.
Magical eggs.
You
Magical
are an
eggs.
inspiration. Thank you, Mighty Moogle.
See? There they go. There's the cleared flood wall. And here comes more.
Because why not?
Do you have that on command?
Who?
Mine doesn't have feathers.
No, it has up arrows. What is this?
Because I'm picturing stick drawing of a bird.
Stick drawing over bird.
You can come get a cup. No, I mean, I have brown sugar now, Mighty Moogle. It's just every time I want to cook something, I have to buy half the ingredients that most people already have, and some of them aren't cheap.
Flaming heart from Mr. Bite. More magical eggs from Lizzie. Lots of reverse Uno cards from Jay.
The eggs and the wings eat up so much space compared to everything else.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
to blank space. They're like atoms.
There it goes. Ah, there's a magical gummy bunny.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, those are interesting reverse cards.
Those are interesting reverse cards.
Magical buns. Magical buns.
It's a shame they only pop up as one color.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they wiggled around too.
Yeah, although it would eat up people's bandwidth like nobody's business.
If they were
Oh, I'm
all
sure.
moving.
Lizzie, you having fun there?
Yeah. Can you tell?
Yeah. I'd throw some bagels in there, but I don't have bagels.
I don't have a bagel emote either.
How
I
are you
subbed
not
to
a follower? Do I need to
I don't have a bagel emote either.
Because you can only use follow emotes on your streams.
But
Oh.
do I need to
No,
make
but I
it
can
a
but
follow
I can
and
use
a
your follow
subscribe?
emotes on other people's stream though, Sugar.
Huh?
I can use your follow emotes on other people's stream.
Oh, that's weird.
But but the bagel specifically the bagel emote does not pop up. Which is weird.
I'll make it a subscribe emote as well, I guess. That way we can all use it. Yeah, Mr. Bite with the bagels. I love you.
I'm getting tired.
They go to bed.
Fine. I think it's
You what? Oh, see, that's smart, Syrup. That's very smart.
When I'm doing Vegas, making the hug facing one way a follower emote, and the hug facing the other way a sub emote.
Yeah, I promised I was gonna play more Skullgirls with Syrup.
But if you're tired, you need to go to bed.
But then I'll get energy if we play Skullgirls.
There you go, Jay.
Oh,
Sugar, your voice cut out because of the sheer volume of it. The sheer, pitch of it.
sorry, it made me happy.
I know. I'm just letting you know nobody heard you.
I just saw those and I was like, oh, these are cool.
Pride emotes! There we go.
Syrup says take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. Do
No.
it. Do it. doing?
No.
I can't say anything. I stay up late and like work 12-hour shifts and.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Speaking of, do you have a 12-hour tomorrow?
No, I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to a wedding.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hopefully it's a fun wedding.
Oh, well, actually, I'm invited to the reception, but, I have until 5 o'clock to go do stuff. So I'm going to sleep
No, I'm just saying, like,
in.
hopefully the reception is fun.
No, I mean, probably. Thank you, Mr.
Probably.
Bite. I will try my best. I mean, honestly, it's like 5 o'clock is when it starts. 5:30 is the cake cutting. 7 o'clock's the send-off. Once the send-off happens, I'm just going to slink my way out of there and just, like, chillax until time for Chrono Cross. Stay safe. It's a Mormon wedding. There will not be any alcohol there. I will be shocked if they even have caffeine.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
What? Why do you say wow?
I didn't know that.
So they interpret. I don't know if what it says and where, but you're not supposed to have strong drink, and so like they don't have coffee, they don't have alcohol.
Funny enough.
Coffee. Yep.
Yeah, if kids started falling from the sky.
Oh wow! Actually, all of the stuff that like I listed, bring drinks. Lol. No, he's a good friend of mine. What's it called? Like they might have soda, cause he drinks Diet Coke, but yeah, it's not gonna be like we're gonna get shit faced or anything. But it'll be fun. It's been a while since I've been to a wedding. Why does your wall is your wall broken?
Oh, I'm playing with it.
Oh, I thought it was broken.
Yeah, I thought
No.
I was like,
Hey, there's a couple.
oh, so was that you dropping the specific coffees earlier?
No, that was the single item. Because I can drop one item at a time. I can drop.
They just happen to be drinks.
Yeah, I drop one, and then I can drop a couple. And then I can drop enough to flood the wall.
Can you
No,
that's
but
what
I like the
So, like,
ones
here's
that
another-
you were dropping were specifically caffeine drinks, and
I
those
know!
were the ones they go talking about.
Like, I don't know why they're all beverages. Hello? Is there anything? Just ball that doesn't have a straw? No.
More drinks.
There you go.
They're
Mr.
all
Bryce.
drinks! Look, it's a big one! What is that?
Oh jeez.
What is that thing? Oh, it's a juice. It's an orange being squeezed. Water bottle. They're all beverages. Hold on. More beverages.
Yeah, it looks kind of like an adorable Dalek.
It
A
does.
coincidence? Why is it really all drinks?
Yeah, why is it all drinks? Hold on. There we go. Whoa. I'm just
Some
pressing
more
her-
drinks?
Donuts.
Macarons.
Was it a particular thing you were you were hitting?
I don't know. I'm going through and now pressing like all the buttons.
Oh.
All the buttons. Oh
Ooh,
no.
there we go. There's some marshmallows and a croissant.
I have marshmallows. Sorry.
And a fortune cookie.
That was a revelation that I just realized because
Give
I
me
have
the
marshmallows.
I want the marshmallows.
They're
What?
at your bush.
No, they were.
Croissant.
Well, they're rolling away.
I got the
That's
one.
right. Come
I got
to
the one.
Papa.
No, my marshmallows.
You have what looks like dumplings,
Wow.
and well, you had waffle sticks, but now they're going to be pushing the marshmallows away from Vega.
No, I mean I'm okay with both.
Well, the sugar
Hello.
bunny shoved everything away.
I only got bread.
No, the marshmallows.
They're so far away from you.
No, my bread.
Rogan hurts.
There is lots of blob hearts.
You now have mochi
Alyssa
things.
Blob. I mean, I associate those colors with Rogan.
Rogan.
Beth
Beth
Hearts.
Heart.
Okay.
My bad.
Beth
I'm
Hearts.
sorry. I say her name wrong. Here, have all the
Wouldn't be
food.
Beth. Who, Beth?
You bet.
His co-host, his main co-host.
Oh, I forgot he had a co-host.
Yeah, she's wonderful. He does a There's a Stampede redeem where they pineapple on pizza. That's not part of the redeem. It's a whole bunch of her blob form just goes stampeding across the screen. It's so cute.
That sounds awesome.
That's good.
That's good co-host slime.
Good, none of the cursed pizza landed on me.
Cursed pizza.
I love
Pineapple
it.
on pizza's good.
No.
Here, let's have more beverages.
Not really.
Look at the
Okay.
giant coffee.
Hold on.
Could I have the giant coffee? I want the
What?
giant coffee.
You got a tiny coffee. Whoa, there it is.
Speaking
Here,
of
all the beverages. Take all of them.
Speaking of
I
giant
want giant
coffee, if I
coffee.
wake up with enough time tomorrow, I'm gonna grab me some boba.
Sugar.
Sugar.
That's sugar.
Nothing says fun like a good old matcha or taro tea.
We really
Here.
do need.
Oh my gosh, it's a giant banana.
At some point, I do need to.
It's prison like.
Yep. What's funny is back when I had these make sounds, I accidentally set them up because like the one that I used the most was known as the fancy sound, which was the second from the bottom of the list. And I had to go through and individually switch their sounds for every single every single thing. Well, right above that was what was known as I think the beep. It's the loudest noise. On the banana, it was set to beep, not fancy. So when the banana would fall, it made the loudest sound. It wasn't a little ding-ling-ling, it was like bam! And I was like, of course it's the banana.
What were you gonna say, Jay?
Jay.
I was trying to remember. I need to clip that video so that I can get the audio for you to submit so that you can have the redeem for it to go. Sugar.
Sugar.
Med check, everybody. Take your meds. Check the date on your meds. Do something with meds, but med check.
Magic.
Do something with meds.
I
Hey,
do
man.
that's
With
dangerous to
meds.
say just in general though.
Don't do the bad stuff with the meds, though.
Well, no,
Don't do the bad stuff?
Don't do the
Oh
bad
wow,
stuff.
that is a big eggplant.
I mean,
Over there with the bread.
nothing
The
wrong
bread.
with-
No, please,
The
Vega,
eggplant.
no.
What are
Vega,
you
no.
What, Lizzie?
No.
What, Lizzie? What do you mean?
No.
What? No. What?
Just no.
Got,
I have corn.
got a problem with what I was gonna say?
Yes.
What's the problem?
Because I
Lizzie?
know you.
You know me.
Yes.
Oh, it's a big ass fry. Big old watermelon. What are you doing with that giant eggplant? Oh, you should know.
I mean, look, we can do
Cauliflower
some
/ poopy corn.
we can do some stuff with that eggplant.
Oh
Man.
no no.
Can we not?
Big corn.
Hey, it's a giant banana again.
Hey man,
I had a
I'll
big
I'll
corn.
I'll show you some tricks with a banana.
Woohoo! Now I'm scared, as you should be. Let's do
Rogan,
this.
you asked for it.
Come on, you keep giving me all this money. You don't think I have to repay you in some way or another?
I don't. That's why I asked.
Do some
You
tricks.
asked, and you get that answer.
You know, if you get it just the right angle with the
Look at the
Vega,
screaming
no.
with an eggplant.
Vega, please.
what?
Do not finish that sentence.
What are you talking about?
Goodbye, Snowy.
Oh wait! Oh, Snowy's being married. I thought Snowy actually left. I'm like, no, Snowy.
No.
Look at the orange being
I'm
juiced.
slowly fitting away into the
Hey,
food.
hey! That orange is having a good time.
I don't know. That doesn't look like the face of pleasure. That looks like the face of pain.
Wait, what
Some
orange? I'm
people
looking for the
enjoy
orange.
pain, so you know it hurts
Where's
in
the
the moment.
orange? Oh,
I was it
I
looks
see
like
it.
a little
I
Adolf
see
Hitler
it.
mustache.
Wait, what does?
I'm assuming the mouth on the orange.
hmm
It looks like a little Adolf Hitler mustache to me.
Oh, it does.
It does.
Let's make that go away. It's an egg. Giant cheese.
Giant cheese.
I'm looking forward to giant
Hey, the
cheese.
big eggplant's back.
It's like you're speaking from
There it is.
I love it. This is a joke. I don't want to know.
Then why'd you ask?
Oh, Rogan. I'll show you
Rogan.
sometime.
I don't know, and I don't know.
Onion. Jay, have that onion.
I'm not sure
What makes it worse is that I don't even know, but I
Jesus,
just
that's a
get the
big
idea.
onion.
Do you know
That's a big one.
what do you mean you don't know?
That is such a big onion.
It's such a big onion.
I don't
Listen,
want to know, but I know.
I had an amazing. Speaking of onions and cheese, because they were together. I had the best French onion soup the other day. Oh, it's so good.
You
I
could have
just
been like
legit
20
spend more
Pokemon
money
now.
for you not to tell me.
Okay, so
No.
Wait,
Stop.
wait,
No.
wait.
Oh, giant breasts.
Lizzie, what do you mean you don't know?
Don't know what. Lemon. The term
I'm
used
just
for
gonna leave it
erotic
at
fan
that.
fiction.
That I don't know.
You
Don't know what.
You don't know if I actually know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Rogan.
I thought you didn't have any money.
Baby shark. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark do 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 do. Mommy shark. Daddy shark. Daddy shark. Daddy shark.
Look, Lizzie.
Hello,
I'm
Mr.
gonna be
Bat.
real with you. A lot of this is a joke, but it's so much fun to do it.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I know it's a joke.
You don't sound like it when you speak like that.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, Rogan, you don't have to hear anything to have a good time.
Oh!
So,
I mean, sense suppression is a thing.
Oh, that would be interesting. Do you know what? Oh, so you've now actually sparked an idea. So, you know, with the whole the whole thing, you know, that involves in coitus and everything like that. Y'all what's happening to stuff I don't want to know about. So everybody is just like, you know, there are sounds that are involved with sex and things like that. What happens if you were to be in a completely sound-deprived room? Like, you know, because they have that sound deprivation room.
Oh.
So there's that sound deprivation room where you can't spend more than like 30 minutes into it, or else you would start to go insane because you can't hear anything except for
Your heartbeat.
well, not just your heartbeat, but like the blood, like your insides, basically. But
Yeah.
your heartbeat. So what would it be like to do something like have sex or extraneous activity like that? Like, I'm now curious.
It has nothing to do with the pleasure of it. You just want to know.
Exactly.
This is what I buy now until Vegas stops talking about coitus. She screams.
Joke's on you, Rogan. I don't stop. Everything's a good joke. Man, I can't. I wonder what that's like. Anyway,
Why did we have this conversation?
because Vega is a disturbed individual, and I love it.
251.
Wow.
Sugar, why did you have this conversation while you're still alive?
What? Because my channel is an 18+ channel, so it's
Exactly.
expected. Because
I was waiting for Sugar to say, "Wait, I'm still alive."
no, I know I'm still alive.
I've
just
been
chilling.
asking. I was like, "Are we doing anything?" Or
we're talking. We're having a good time.
R2D2. Wow! Stop spending money.
We are here having a good time and laughs until we basically are done
Vegas
winding
having
down.
a good time. Not
Vegas having a blast.
No lewd Deku account. I won't follow you back.
We have enough Lou Deco already here.
Does this mean I have to bring back the freaking hoarding jail?
Yes, Bunk.
Vega's getting slingshotted into the first cell.
Slingshotted. I have permanent residence.
Yeah.
And Vega's like, it's time to go to my summer home.
Slingshot, you say?
I just like how this started with like Sugar just bamming her flood wall with the food.
Yeah.
And it has devolved into Vega talking
Hey!
about...
Vega talking about sex is no Sega.
Sega talking about Vex.
We're now...
Vega talking about Vex.
We're now in the Sega commentary.
Sega commentary. Look at them burgers. Some big burgers. The cauliflower corn. He's angry. There's an eggplant. He's small. He doesn't matter. Just kidding. It depends how you use it.
You know, that's always fascinated me. So about food, we're going full circle here. So,
are we really though? Are we really though?
Because there's a food fetish. I'm just wondering how that plays into effect. Like,
there's an anything fetish.
Right, exactly right. But it's just like, what kind of food do you bring to that event? Like, is it just liquids? I mean, like I'm curious.
Oh no.
Like, and like, is it specific to regions what you bring in? Because like, when someone from the Midwest brings something, what someone from the South would bring, like, do you bring fried chicken to that shit?
You bring shit or the taco salad?
Like, yeah, it's like a taco bar, you know.
Why?
Fly, little bunnies, fly.
Jay's like, I don't want to be here. Lizzie's like, I definitely don't want to be here. And Zoe's like,
I love the
what's
face.
up?
That lemon over there with the
see,
face.
Vega, see, you say that, but no matter what I do, I escape, and then I have another friend who fucking talks nothing but fucking sex jokes, and I'm just like, why? What I
think we're reaching terms of service areas? Probably. We probably surpassed terms of service by now. I'm expecting my account to get suspended at any time. That's a giant tea bag.
Wait, what? Where?
By you.
Oh,
it's going to take about a minute.
Sugar, that's a giant tea bag.
Oh, that is a giant tea bag. What kind of tea is it? It's green tea, obviously, but I mean...
Mint tea, green tea, oolong tea.
Ooh, you're oolong tea.
Whoa.
Oh,
I mean, sugar.
Taco!
Tea.
Taco. Look at that winking bread. He knows what he's up to. Look at that.
What I find funny about myself is that I'll flirt with like with sugar, syrup, and dark. But like when Vega tries to jokingly flirt with me, and I'm just like, no. I'm just like, block. I'm just like, block, next.
Ooh, there's another lemon.
It's okay, Lizzie.
I
think they're trying to hint that I need to write another lemon. Been a while.
Excuse me, what?
The sugar needs to write another lemon.
Wait, I want to make sure if I heard that right.
Yeah. I keep seeing the giant lemons fall down, and they keep doing either the kissy face or like the oh, and I'm like, okay,
I mean.
a second. There's a lot of eggplants falling down too, and winky breads. I'm like,
God, not the eggplants.
I love how Snowy is just quiet during
quiet.
all of this.
And meanwhile, Syrup keeps trying to get everyone to do Skullgirls.
I don't think Syrup. Sadly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do Skullgirls anymore because I'm tired and I got a busy weekend. I told you.
What, Mr. Bite?
Mr. Bite? Mr. Bite!
Mr. Bite!
Mr. Bite?
Mr. Bite?
The reigning hug champion.
But can we please move this topic away from this?
Vega has devolved.
That's a menacing laugh.
I mean...
I mean, God, anytime Vega says "I mean" and in that voice, I just get disturbed. I'm like, no,
I mean,
No.
fucking go to horny jail.
And stay. But it is going on 3 a.m. for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and call stream here. Thank you all for the bits, the donations, the sound alerts, the resubs, the gift subs. All of you, stop it. But I love you and appreciate you so much. You know I do.
We won't stop it.
try to stop me.
Oh! Jay.
Oh, Jay.
He's just sitting there like, ha, 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 ha. Ah!
Yeah.
Ow. Rogan. Bye.
Because we love you.
I refuse to see stream end. Why? Why don't you want it to end?
Because we
Wait,
love your
Rogan, does that mean you want to hear more Sega talk?
more Sega time.
Oh, don't let it in, huh? Well, I do have enough points to redeem an hour of Uber.
No!
I do have to redeem enough points
Because
for an
then
hour.
I would be alone. Oh, Rogan, just hop. We normally still hang out. After
Wait.
Yeah, just jump in the call.
Steak talk while Sugar's doing her woo for an hour. That sounds tempting.
We're all friendly. We don't bite much.
I was about
I
to
give
say.
kisses.
I was about to say.
That's a lie,
You
that's a
may
lie.
not bite.
I give kisses. Listen to
Yeah.
Listen, witches.
Last night, tired. I tried to tiredly explain Fugi what it was to Mr. Bite, who was also tired, and he didn't understand. I was like, tomorrow when I stream, we can ask Dash. He can explain it good. Because Mr. Bite was thinking about apparently being a streamer or something.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice. That'd be cool.
Do it. It's fun.
It is fun. I enjoy it greatly. It gives me all of the good feels that I normally don't get.
Baby shark,
Yes,
Mother
Rogan.
trucker.
baby shark. Mommy shark.
I don't even have redeems and I get
Mommy
to
shark. Mommy shark.
Okay, so this is like I lost count. Maybe 6th, 7th time I need to murder Rogan if we ever play Goose Goose Duck with him
Armino
again.
Skull Girls, something. I'm sure you can murder Rogan at some point.
Yeah, I just need to murder him.
With love.
No, with revenge.
Is Dash even still up?
No,
No,
Dash
he was
just
a while
likes
ago.
to Dash just likes to stay in call.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Because he's a troll.
because he's a troll.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because he knows eventually someone will kick him, and that just gives him joy for some reason. I don't know why.
Speaking of which,
Mare?
Mr. Bite
Nope,
is
that's
not here right
sugar.
now.
Mare?
Man.
Goodbye.
Oh, there was.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I was gonna kick him right now. I was about to kick him.
Well, I wanted to make sure I clicked him because I clicked on sugar by accident first. I'm like,
Oh, no!
You should've done it.
That would've been
funny.
just get sugar from her own call.
It's our stream now.
It's in your guys' stream. I don't know what you're talking about.
Kind of have to agree with that. It's kind of been our stream.
Yeah, it's kind of. It has been our stream.
Children, what are you doing? Oh, radar. No.
Yes.
It's
Do
only,
it.
it's only,
Do
it's
it
only
now.
sugar stream on Mondays.
Oh, dear.
That's
No.
the only time.
You
it's
guys
sugar
should have
stream.
seen. Okay, one more story from me. Okay, so the
sorry.
child, the
You
youngest.
sure about that?
I can't
You
get a
sure
word in.
that's the one more story?
What's up, Jay?
What?
Mr. Bite asked me to ask someone how to download Fugi, and I was just trying to say, I was like, Fugi, you don't really download. It's
No, so
It's a website.
Fugi, it's a website, and it ties to your Discord. So basically, how it is when people are in a voice chat, in Fugi, once it's connected to your Discord, it'll auto-populate a link that you can then put in your OBS. Then whatever image you are using, either on Fugi or through Discord, will pop up as a interactive image.
Yeah, like the image I use,
Reactive image.
The image I use, which is the same image I use for my PNG tube. I have it set for my Fugi, so if I'm ever in a call with you, it will automatically use this image because that's the image I've set.
Yep.
Just like how Jay is the Bonnet. I probably don't know the actual Pokemon name, but you know, the bunny. The Pokemon bunny. And so like when Jay's in the... But if Jay updates his Fugi, the next time you're in a call with him, it will update that Fugi when you're with it.
Bless you.
You don't even need the site up. You don't even really need the site up, except for every once in a while. It's literally, here, I'll link it to you. Mr. Bite. Alright, Sugar was going to do story.
So, Vega's going to send that link to you, Mr. Bite. I think it's literally...
I will leave because I'm getting tired, so...
Okay, bye-bye, I think it's literally just Fugi reactive images.
It's reactivefugi.tech.
Yeah, that's it. I knew it had reactive in it. So anyway, so my youngest child, my Shug, he has a sit and spin. Do you all know what a sit and spin is?
Yes.
Okay, I believe that every small child should have a sit and spin because it's hilarious. Well, it's in the middle of our living room right now. Well, the cats were playing earlier, and it's always Echo being chased. So a sit and spin, Mr. Bite, is basically think of like a merry-go-round, like at a park, but tiny. So it's a big disc with a small turny handle in the middle of it. You sit cross-legged on it.
You can probably look that up on the website since you still have website capabilities turned on.
Where's Mr. Bite?
Right here, this is my child's one. Right here. The exact one.
Whenever the image loads. Whoa.
There we go. That is his sit and spin. That green, red, and yellow one. That's the exact same one he has. Okay? So that bottom disc spins. Why? You sit on it, you grab the handle, you pull yourself along, and it spins you around in a circle. Great fun. Makes some kids hella dizzy, but they have great fun on it. Well, it's in the middle of our living room. And the cats they're chasing each other. The littlest one is being chased by the bigger one, so Echo is being chased by Radar. Well, Radar stops to do the little twitchy butt thing, and Echo darts. Well, the thing is, he barely touches the sit and spin, and it moves a little bit. So he's immediately like, oh my god! And so he's staring at it, and he goes over to investigate it, like, this thing moved. I know it moved. Radar, this doesn't click that it moved. He's just like, oh, I see my brother. I gotta get him. So he darts in a straight line towards Echo, right across the sit and spin. That disc turns very easy. So the thing is, he hits it. The thing spins rapidly, throwing him off, and then they both get scared and dart in two different directions.
Yeah, it sent him spinning into his brother, so instead of tackling his brother, he, like, more of got ricocheted into his brother, and then they just dart off into another room. Well, Echo was a little bit braver because he knew a little bit more of what happened and just stayed by the doorway and just stared at it. But who knows where Radar went, but eventually he came back to investigate.
Yeah. It was so funny. And they're currently running around playing right now, too, so. Night crazies have it.
It's not night crazies. This is their active time period.
It's night crazies. The zoomies. They have the zoomies.
Okay, I'll accept zoomies.
But anyway, I think I will go ahead and end stream here. 3:06 in the morning for me. So, yeah. Again, I love and appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for those resubs, the gift subs, the bits, the sound redeems. Stop it. No one argued. Stop.
No.
I don't do this for the money.
Yeah? Neither do I. But we get it.
Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Oh.
Lizzie's not here.
So what if we just keep doing this? Like between Rogan, myself, and maybe somebody else, we just keep doing this.
You could not. I'd appreciate if you didn't. And so I can, I can end, and I can go use potty. I drank 2 large coffees sitting here.
Damn.
I'm in pain.
I'm in pain.
Have sympathy on the streamer. There is no end. Oh gosh. Suffer. Rogan, why? I love you. I adore your little steampunk face. And this is how you treat me.
Well, to be fair, we do things to Rogan.
We do. We really do. We deserve it. I deserve it. Quit spending money on me! Damn it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Vega's allowed to end, but I'm not. That's bullshit. I like your streams. Well, thank you. I like yours too when I'm able to catch them.
See, people like your streams. I'm just here, you know?
No.
I'm just here, Mr. 100 and some subscribers.
Shh. Most of them are y'all.
We are not 100 and some, so no.
Shh.
No.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm gonna let Sugar end and then I'll end.
Fine. You gonna let me? Rogan, will you let me? Am I allowed?
I guess it would be no.
Baby shark.
No more baby shark.
It'll be like 8 in the morning. Your youngest comes down. Baby shark's just constantly playing. Yeah!
My head is just face down on my keyboard. Just
6-pack. I'll allow this.
Thank you, Rogan. I love you. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I love and appreciate you all so very much, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.
Syrup is the best. Wait, why didn't Honey Bunch play?
Oh, it's playing.
Oh, it's playing. I'm so used to hearing Baby Shark. Oh, there it goes.
And I love to sing songs.
Did Snowy die?
Oh, here we go with this.
There she goes.
Goodbye. Have fun. Return to your planet. Goodbye.
I'm back. I do look kind of like an alien too, so.
14
Okay.
bears.
We're supposed to be doing 14 bears.
Yeah.
I got hit with 14 Ursas at light speed. I don't know what we're doing Sunday with Vega. We're doing something.
We're doing something. We'll figure it out.
Well, between now and then, we will figure out something. But enough, y'all. I'm going. I love you so much. I mean it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.
All right,
Quickly.
ladies and gentlemen.
Quickly.
What? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's been a lovely stream. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Chrono Cross. And like what Sugar said, we'll be doing something Sunday. All right. I hope y'all have a great night. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. And as always, may the wind guide you on your journey. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Good night.
Yeah, goodbye, everyone.